Have you seen that replay, buddy?
All right, man, I'm done talking to you.
You can't be done talking to me. You're right here facing me.
I back. Trust me, I back.
Dana! 60 G's, baby!
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
It's normal. Come on, guys. It's normal.
You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
I'm the man of the hour, Joe. Too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get, and what you don't is better yet. I'm the women's pick. I'm the men's regret. And if you win against Chael Sonnen, you made a bad bet.
I don't have much left to say other than you have seen nothing yet.
What's happening, Fight Week Show fan people? Then Fight Week Show fans, we are here with another episode of Don't Stop Shakedown. And I'm telling you right now, my head is gone. I'm winning against PSG right now, but I'm fuming right now. But joining me tonight, I got my brothers in the house. We go talk some MMA tonight. I got McDane in the house. We got Head Kick Pod in the house. We got TK. TK, our new guest in the house. Salute to you, my brother TK. We got Aggie the Kraken. Kraken is up in the house, and we got a brother Sad is in the house as well, man. How's everybody doing, man? We'll start with McDane and go around the table.
I'm good, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's roasting hot over in the UK right now, as you know. Yeah, I mean, my bowels is hot, boys. Like, it is sticky, you know. Like, I had to jump in a cold shower earlier on. I came back out of that bitch sweating. I was like, this is not good. And I had a fan on before, but that fan's going to be too loud for the mic. So I was like, that's just got to go off. So let's get this going, boys. Let's get this going. You know what I mean? It's getting hot up in this bitch.
Let's get this going, man. What are you saying, y'all? Everything blessed over there, man. You remove. You get better away from the winter over there.
It's nice and warm, as you can see in a shirt. I'm looking forward to seeing DDP versus Khamzat. We've got Brendan in the chats, but I will be dipping out after we talk DDP. I am here for the one and only Still Knock. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Sad. How about you, man?
Come on, man. You already know what it is. We outside.
Still Knock's gang in the house.
We're outside. Do you know what I mean? Khamzat, Chimaev army, do you know what I mean? The Warriors, we out here putting fights out. Listen, man, we're just fighting the corner that's not being fought by everybody else. Do you know what I mean? We're fighting the corner that's not being fought by everybody else. Everybody's talking about. Well, listen, there's a lot to speak about today. There's a lot to speak about regarding Khamzat Chimaev, DDP. I'm gassed. Like I said to you guys, I'm gassed, bro. I'm gassed for the weekend, bro. It's gonna be mad.
100%. 100%.
Big up for having me, though, man.
Yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute. Cracking. Yeah,
bro.
Man. You've been having a great week, man. You know what I mean? How you feeling about this weekend, man? How's your week been?
Hey, man, it's been a crazy week, man. I'm on my second liter of Red Bull today. I'm all fired up. I'm trying to fuck up my sleep schedule so that I can witness history. Drickus by second round submission. Cross better have my money, baby. Let's go.
Well, I said, better have my money. Hey, yeah, man. Hey, call out for your money, man. You know what I mean? TK, it's been a minute. We've been trying to put this together for a minute, man. I'm glad you're able to make it today, man. And you've pulled up at the right time. You know what I mean? We've got a big card on our hands. How you feeling, brother?
Perfect time, bro. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm first of all, I'm honored to be here in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I finally had some time to jump on, and I couldn't say no. You know what I'm saying? I am from the Netherlands, and we like our fighting. You know what I'm saying? As the kickboxing nation, we like our fighting here. So I had to jump on the show. You know what I'm saying? For this amazing card, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's just in time. I'm excited to speak about this fight, and I'm obviously here to back my boy Khamzat. You know what I'm saying? So big up to you, big up to the panel as well, and yeah, big up to the chat, bro. Make sure to like the video.
All right.
All I can say is Khamzat needs all the help he can get. So welcome, because he is not
LOL. LOL.
Hey, the beef
He's
is
getting whooped like a dog, baby.
Hey, we are talking Khamzat and DD. We're going Khamzat and DDP heavy today on Don't Stop Shakedown. It's almost going to be like a preview, even though we're going to add a few current event topics on there. As you know, people, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're following everybody on the panel. The links are in the description below. Make sure you go and add them and follow them on their platforms. Hey, McDane has been doing the Lord's work in the absence of our boy Leroy. Leroy's still over there in the land of the dingoes. trying to escape from them kangaroos. But salute to the boy Leroy over there, man. You know what I mean? It's kind of sticky. But
boy, he's a dingo, mate. He's a dingo. Kick him off the show. We don't need no Leroy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna get through it, man. We're gonna get through it. Okay. Look, we got some crazy topic that Magdalene's put together for us. You know what I mean? Magdalene, you might as well pull the videos, brother. You know what I'm trying to say?
What order you wanting them in, dude? That's the only thing. Yeah, I mean, because there is a lot to go over.
You pull them up, we'll watch it, and we'll roll the questions on it. But let's fly through the DDP and Khamzat topics.
You want to get through them? And then you want to get through them first, yeah?
Yeah, we get through those first.
Yao, Colonel Gaddafi can get away, yeah? Sound. Whilst he's typing like Bruce Almighty typing over there, yeah. I mean.
Bruce Almighty is insane.
Let's go, bro.
Dricus Du Plessis spoke about his upcoming middleweight title defense against Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319. He acknowledged Khamzat's world-class wrestling and grappling, but made it clear this isn't wrestling, it's MMA.
Khamzat is really known for his relentless pressure. He's an elite grappler as well. What can you exploit against him?
Yeah, I mean, Khamzat obviously world-class wrestling, grappling, but you know, at this level of the sport, everybody's world-class. You know, this is not grappling or wrestling, this is MMA. And that's where I'm going to exploit, is being the best in my... we're not fighting for a wrestling title, we're not fighting for a grappling title. We are fighting for the UFC title, and that's where I am the best. I'm not the best wrestler, I'm not the best grappler or best striker, but when you put all of those things together, if you combine it, and that's the sport we do, I am the best in the world.
I mean, do you feel any pressure going into this fight?
Yeah, I think for me, pressure is such a big part of the game. I think if you don't feel any pressure, then you don't care enough. You know, for me, the pressure comes from me putting a high expectation for myself, going out there, you know, defending my belt, going back home without it is not an option for me. So the pressure is there, not only to win, but to perform to the best of my abilities and being better than the previous outing. So, yeah, of course there's pressure.
Okay, look, Magdalene, let's come to Yao first, because I'm gonna come to your thoughts when we've heard from this man then. But Yao, hearing what DDP is saying there, he's showing a little bit of respect here to Khamzat. But at the same time, he's saying, listen, this is the MMA. And out of everybody in this division, I can put it together the most. What are you saying, brother?
Look, I don't think he's showing respect to Khamzat. I think he's been saying what I've been saying from the beginning. This is a fight. The only thing anyone says about Khamzat, the only thing Cross has been saying from the beginning about Khamzat is he's got world-class wrestling. So what? It doesn't mean anything. Dricus is saying what he says from the beginning, which is, I am the best fighter in the world. I'm not the best at one thing. I can take out an entire Gracie Barra team. Okay, cool. I can go and box with Sean Strickland, who's going to keep the whole match. Okay, cool. I can fight the style bender. Okay, cool. And submit him. The point is, he's just being consistent with what he's been saying forever, which is, I'm the best all-round fighter. I'm not good at one thing. I'm just the best. Hence, he's been saying he's going to win by something. He doesn't know how he's going to win. There isn't a plan, but he's going in there to beat this guy up no matter what happens. And for me, that's him just being consistent, not necessarily showing respect to Khamzat, but he's saying at this level, no matter who you put in front of me, they're going to be world class. Whether it's Khamzat, whether it's Strickland, whether it's Adesanya, they are all world class. So let's go. If you can beat me all round in the fight, then you're ready. Can Khamzat beat him all round in the fight? I personally don't think so. We saw the videos of Khamzat looking bigger than DDP. Nah. I think DDP, what he said is exactly what it is. It's a fight. Bring an all-round game. Otherwise, you're not going to beat me. And I don't think Khamzat has an all-round game. Every time I see his training vids, it's sort of one-dimensional, maybe two-dimensional. You know, it's focused. But DDP is another animal.
It's sad. You've heard Yao there, but I'm gonna give you one extra ammo, right? Just to add to your argument, to make your argument a little bit more solid. DDP is a United fan and is fighting on the weekend. We play United, but take it away, sad.
You mean the weekend you lose against United, yeah?
Shut your mouth.
So he's losing in other aspects of his life. So obviously, we just have to pile on to the losses that he's collecting. But regardless, Just take the straight. Just take the straight. It hit you in your neck. It's okay. Just take the straight.
I mean, head movement, bro. I missed that.
He said.
Yeah, I mean, he said.
Nah, but listen, I have to disagree because when we say world class wrestling and elite wrestling, yeah, there's a difference between elite wrestling and world class wrestling, and he is gonna take DDP to the floor within the first round. It is gonna happen. Robert Whittaker was able to take DDP to the floor with ease, by the way, with ease, able to take DDP to the floor and get him in a position where he's having to crawl out and having to turn around, try and get out of it. With Khamzat, that's not going to be the issue. The issue is when he gets onto your back, how are you going to get him off your back? How when he pins you down and he starts to work and he starts to try and get onto your neck and he starts to try and do this, how are you going to get him out? How are you going to get him off? And Khamzat is like a dog, bro. This guy just gets on and he doesn't want to get off now. So that whole round is going to have him getting the control time, getting the punches in. Yes, you could have DDP maybe getting out of that, but a lot of people are heavily relying on this whole, he hasn't got stamina. He hasn't got stamina to be able to last 5 rounds and this. But let's say, for instance, he does last the 5 rounds. What's going to happen then? So people are only expecting him to get tired for DDP to win this. DDP can't win this without the actual skill of being able to knock him out, being able to get a good hit on him. I feel like this guy is very easy that he can get mauled by the likes of Khamzat Chimaev because we've seen him do it. I've seen this guy lift people up, bro, and start talking to people in the ring, bro. Talking to people outside the octagon, in the crowd. There's no way that we can be sitting here and we can act like this guy is normal. He's not some normal fighter that DDP is coming up against. Like, oh yeah, he's got world class wrestling, but you know it isn't something remarkable and completely out of this world that can't be beaten. Like it can be, bro. Do you know what I mean? It can be, but only by some of the best. We saw the likes of Kamaru Usman, who was able to actually go toe to toe with Khamzat Chimaev. But
Kraken, sorry to interrupt. Kraken, can you just move, bro? Or are you frozen?
I'm cool.
He's
ready to destroy somebody's argument. You know what I mean? He's chilling. I just waiting for Sad.
Bro. He's locked in.
Yeah, Sad. Please continue.
Sad's just repeating himself at this point.
I'm not repeating myself. I'm spitting facts, bro. These are the facts that people don't want to listen to. And when my facts play out in the fight, people are gonna be coming after and be like, wow, you know what? Yeah, Khamzat Chimaev, I don't know who's gonna beat him. I don't know who's gonna take this title off him now. Like that's what people are gonna be saying after this fight when Khamzat just win. Because they're gonna be like, okay, DDP was the one that was in his way, and DDP was the guy who was supposed to beat him, was unorthodox fighter, was the one that just that punches and kicks at the same time and does all this weird shit, unpredictable, unreadable. Do you know what I mean? So why couldn't DDP beat him? Who's gonna be able to beat him now? Who's gonna be able to do this, bro? I'm being real with you guys, man. I can't see it, bro. I really.
Do you want to know why nobody's gonna beat him if he does win?
I'll tell you somebody that can see it. Kraken can see it so much. You put $50 on it, and he thinks he's going to be collecting his money.
Right, you know.
He's not collecting nothing.
D baby, USD. Trust me, bro.
Talk to me, Kraken. I mean, you've heard what DDP's got to say there, and what Sad has had to say. How are you looking at this fight? Where is it going to be won and lost, especially when it comes to the skill set of DDP and Khamzat?
Hey man, like I think everybody's got this misconstrued, you know, like Chimaev is underestimating DDP just like everybody else did, you know. I saw Chimaev warming up and imitating Dricus's like flaring punches and stuff, you know, and I'm like, here we go. Another overconfident superstar that's looking to be the guy to defeat Dricus, you know. Remember, just like I would say Shane O'Malley, Chimaev, bro, has had like his opponents cherry picked for him. You know, he has had his opponents cherry picked for him. Secondly, right? I get what everybody's saying. Yeah, Chimaev is gonna come out the block just like trying to like maul Duplessis, trying to wrestle him down, trying to take him down, right? What makes y'all think Drickus isn't thinking the same thing? You know, what if Drickus rushes him, right? What if Drickus rushes him? Then Chimaev's gonna be stunned, right? Chimaev's gonna be stunned, bro. Like I think this fight might even end like I would say. Maybe in the first 10 seconds, man. Like Chimaev will come through and come on. Drickus is a K1 kickboxer, right? World champion. You know, he's a K1 kickboxer world champion. And he has also, like, that's the thing that people forget. Like, Drickus has all these accolades. He beat a style bender, right? Drickus has collected infinity stones with fighting styles of his opponents. Right, he wrestled Derek Bronze. He subbed Derek Bronze. Who's that guy? He subbed Darren Till. He mauled Derek Bronson. He literally made light work of Robert Whittaker. He beat Sean Strickland twice, need I say, and he beat your goddamn style bender. Voila, he beat him. Everybody knows that.
Why you gotta say it like that, man?
No.
Shit.
I had to. No. What do you mean old shit? It's stats, bro. Like
I'm just quoting
it's
all of them. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just quoting all of them.
Nah, bro. Like Style Bender has never been the same since facing Drickus. Let's say that. You know, he's never been the same. So
no one is the same since they faced Drickus. Strickland's been suspended. Yeah. Stylebender wasn't the same. Robert has gone on so many losses. Darren Till's boxing. No one is the same after they face Drickus.
Yeah. So trust me when I say this, bro. Like everybody, that's the thing. Like everybody comes in and they're like, I'm the one. You know, nobody's the one. Drickus is the one, right? We're gonna be on a 10 fight title defense. You know, 10 fight title defense. For Drickus, and nobody will even have that formula. Watch my boy Drickus make a fucking laughing stock of Chimaev. We're taking his O, and we're gonna celebrate. And I'm gonna buy Drickus a beer, a Casa Light beer, with the $50 that Cross owes me. Sham.
Okay.
That message was supported by Red Bull.
And before we go to TK, we want to say big thank you to Melissa Mayoni for joining us. Salute to you. Thank you for joining us. And people, make sure you hitting the likes. Make sure you sharing the video so more people can get to see our videos when it goes out. And make sure you're following everybody on the panel. The ads are in the description. Make sure you go and check it out and follow this guy. A TK. Drickus is coming into this fight as an underdog, right? He's coming into this fight as an underdog. And we just heard Kraken there talking about, Khamzat's had this fight cherry picked for him. But still, with title defense, after title defense, even going twice against Strickland, why do you think he's coming as an underdog? And are the bookies right in making Khamzat the favorite here going into this fight?
I mean, if I'm gonna be absolutely shameless, I would say, of course, because it's Khamzat. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously clearly the better fighter here that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But
Mr. 50-50.
Mr. 50-50 coming in with the favorites, you know.
Nah, it's 50-50. You know what I'm saying? But I never understood that. Personally, I would always make the champion the favorites because he's the champion for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And, even though it's Khamzat, even though I do believe Khamzat is the better fighter, for me, the champion needs to always be the favorite. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it needs to be. Even if it's someone like Jermaine Durandamy, even then you should be the favorite. You know what I'm saying? I know it's very random, But it's just a champion that shouldn't be a champion. I'm just giving an example. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't shaking head at you, brother. I was shaking the head at Dirty Reg. Over the only way Khamzat loses is if he throws the fight. Like, shut up, bro. Shut up.
No, but just to counter some of the arguments, because something about hand-picked fighters. You know what I'm saying? For me, if you look at the fights like Darren Till, Derek Brunson, you know what I'm saying, Whittaker, Strickland twice, and Adesanya, I'm sorry that I'm saying this, Ola, a washed up Adesanya is not very impressive if you ask me. You know what I'm saying?
You just made your first and last appearance on the Fight Week show.
Hey, trust me, bro.
Big
I'm just as sad as you, Ola, but I need to be real. You know what I'm saying? He is.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, continue. Let's hear it.
So for me, Khamzat will be the actual test that DDP is going to face after these fighters. Because to be honest, I personally have never been a big fan of Sean Strickland. I feel like he's just one of those guys that's just happened to be there. And if we had any other fighter, he would have been the champion. You know what I'm saying? I don't rate Strickland like that. And the fact that people, that the brother next to me said that after fighting Duplessis, Izzy was not the same. To be fair, he already lost to Sean Strickland. You know what I'm saying? And Sean Strickland is a fighter that I personally don't rate. So that just means that Izzy is just
he's
not
saying
the same
DDP
Izzy.
didn't even do it. It was Sean Strickland that did it.
Yeah, it was Sean Strickland because he lost to Strickland before he lost to DDP at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
So the guy, wait.
He's saying you're stealing credits, man. He's saying you're stealing credits. That's what TK is saying here.
Yeah, basically, he did the damage and then DDP finished it off. I see it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because DDP was the second loss.
Don't be so modest.
No. It is true. You know what I'm saying? But Sean Strickland, he did crack the armor at the end of the day. I see it like that. So, like I said, I don't like Strickland as a fighter. So the fact that Izzy lost to him in the first place is something that just told me that Izzy is just not the same Izzy anymore. And if we look at Khamzat, bro, DDP has never faced a specialist like Khamzat. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the sambo wrestling part. You know what I'm saying? Khamzat is just, in my opinion, relentless. And he is a specialist for a reason. He doesn't need every skill set in the world to beat people. You know what I'm saying? He will make it very hard for DDP. He will make it so he doesn't have any room to breathe. You know what I'm saying? That's how Khamzat fights. And let's be real. We always hear the same about Khabib and how people discredited Khabib and said he has no stand-up at all. He cannot beat everybody with wrestling. And what did Khabib proceeded to do? He did exactly that. You know what I'm saying? And for me, for someone like Khamzat, it's not far-fetched. Yes, Khamzat is way wilder and he's not as controlled as Khabib. But at the end of the day, Khamzat is a very, very big talent, and he is also a ruthless monster that DDP has never faced before. Because, like I said, Strickland, Izzy, Brunson, Darren Till, those guys are never on the same level as Khamzat. And Khamzat will bring the smoke, and this will actually be the first big test that DDP will face in his career. And if Khamzat loses this, which I don't see happening, then for me, DDP will be a champion that I actually can say he deserves to be champion. You know what I'm saying? Because beating Sean Strickland, like I said, did not impress me. So this will be his big, real big test. So yeah.
Well, I just want to say something.
Wait.
Bro, you're frozen. You're waiting.
I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen, bro. Listen, okay? Listen, bro. I'm frozen again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Okay, listen. Okay, I might be frozen, but you can hear me, right? Listen to this.
I hear you.
Where did two Pikachus come from?
He got two Pikachus.
Bro, I got backup right now.
We made him bring the second one, bro.
Okay. I got five in the chamber, baby. I got 5 in the chamber. So listen, bro. Right? You're telling me Khamzat Chimaev is the same guy that you guys are backing, who literally beat an old man with bad knees, right? Who on what, like a week's notice?
Hold on. Why you man taking shots at my fighters, man? Can't you just make your argument and leave my fucking fighters out? Leave my fighters out of it, man. You know what I mean? What's wrong with you?
we know old man Usman took Chimaev to a decision, right? And he did the same guy to a guy who was like what?
I know where he's going with this. He's making a point. They're all call. He's, you know what I mean? They're calling Izzy washed. He's calling Whitaker washed. All the rest of it. Right. Okay. Yeah. So let's absolutely flip that and see who was washed when they went against him. So you're talking about Gilbert and Usman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what they done going into 3 rounds.
Yeah. So what the hell is he talking here? Like, talk about cherry picking fights, bro. Like, you can't beat a guy on.
I mean,
what,
saying Gilbert Burns is cherry picking.
You can't finish a guy on 6 days notice.
Yeah, that's a reach, bro. It's a reach, but I'm reaching.
It's sad, TK. You might go rebuttal for that.
I'm just sitting here with a spoon, bro, just stirring this up. I also just want, because I want some smoke, I want some fire. You know what I mean? But I just want to bring this
don't look defeated already, son. You know what I mean? Don't look defeated already. You got rebuttal for that.
I skipped a couple of your comments, dude, but you shouldn't be doing work. You should be on the fucking panel if you've got something to say, bro.
Yeah, listen, man. All I'm hearing is fraudulence, and I'm hearing people saying, "No, but I'll be real. It's fraudulent. Yeah, it's fraudulence." Now, listen, we can speak about the knees are gone for Kamaru Usman and this and that and all of this good stuff. We can say all of that stuff. That's fine, but the reality is, every single one of these fights, what do they have in common is the thing that I told you would kill Dricus du Plessis, which is that getting him to the ground and being able to get on their back and being able to just make it terrible and make it absolute torture, bro. Make it absolute torture. So at the end of the day,
he made it torture for Gilbert Burns.
Come up against
Gilbert Burns. He made it torture for Gilbert Burns.
Can I just say we are one clip in?
Gilbert Burns the one. Gilbert Burns the one.
Yeah, I know.
The one fight. What about the rest?
Imagine if.
What do you mean? What about the rest? He what? Dricus is what? Like 1 meters 8 something, and Gilbert is 175. I don't know how much that is in inches, but like Dricus is significantly taller, bro, and Dricus has like a world champion status as a K1 kickboxer. So the same guy who slugged it out, Gilbert Burns is a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Come on, man.
Hold on a minute.
Gilbert Burns is a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
No one is saying that Khamzat can't take DDP down. That's 100% going to happen in the first round.
Yeah, true. I get that.
In the second round. But when he doesn't get him, when he doesn't sub him, when it starts making it to that 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, what then, boys? What then? Like you can't bet on this gas tank. Like
why can't we not bet on the gas tank?
Are you joking, bro? Have you watched the Khamzat fight?
But
yes,
why would you need a gas tank?
Any Khamzat fight.
But why would you need a gas tank if you have a very awkward fighter who got caught against the worst fighters? You know what I'm saying? What makes you say that Khamzat will not dominate him? You know
what do you mean the worst fighters?
I'm not saying he's not going to dominate him in the first round. What I'm saying is he's not going to submit.
DDP has a very, very awkward style, which exposes him a lot, and he got caught against worse fighters than Khamzat before.
That's why he's still the champ, right? That's why he's still the champ.
Khamzat does have a.
But did he get subbed though?
That doesn't matter.
But no, it does though.
No, it does matter. Yeah.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is. But what I'm trying to say is Khamzat is a level above.
No, 100%. You know I understand what you're saying. He's a specialist in the wrestling.
If Khamzat has the same position and he grabs a hold of him, he will not let go. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to sink the submission, and it doesn't necessarily.
Old man Usman got up.
So then I'm posing the question of what happens when that doesn't land. What do you think Khamzat's going to be able to do in the 4th, 5th?
Nothing, because he's got nothing else.
When he
that's why you need to
that
be
gas tank. And Sad, I know you're going to come at me going, why do we need to bet on this guy? Bro, you need to bet on that gas tank. You have seen DDP fight. This dude is an absolute bulldog. If he gets into that 4th and 5th round, bro, he just goes all out fucking ham. You know what I mean? Doesn't even know what he's throwing, doesn't know what he's doing.
Fine, bro.
Kitchen sink, man.
But that's fine.
The kitchen sink comes
what
out,
that tells me, even if we want to do the whole gas tank gimmick, Yeah, we can do the whole gas
gimmick.
Tank. Yeah, we can do it.
It's a legit thing that affects many fighters, bro. Don't talk to me about
I like how
gimmicks.
I like how Sad is standing on 10 toes.
No,
though,
but if we
I like how TK is defending Khamzat here.
But he ain't no Smith. He ain't slamming me into no fucking octagon. You know what I mean?
We're on job today. Yeah, we're on job today. Hold
on the job, bro.
But
security of the world,
Craig.
Craig.
The whole gas tank gimmick. Yeah?
Top flight security of the world, Craig. Put your flashlight away, brother.
We want to do the whole gas tank gimmick. Yeah, we can do. Yeah, but
right, roll with it, bro. Roll with it.
That just means all Khamzat has to do. Khamzat just has to win rounds 1, 2, and 3.
Exactly.
If Khamzat wins rounds 1, 2, and 3, what the fuck is DDP gonna do?
Right, stop.
Unless he knocks
finish.
him out.
DDP's got finishes though. DDP's got finishes though. Let's not go crazy and go on like DDP can't finish this fight. He got finishes.
At the two fights. Wait.
It depends on how much.
Wait. Let's go and have a look at. Let's have a look at Khamzat's 2 fights that he went to the 2nd and 3rd round. Did he win the 2nd and 3rd rounds against Gilbert Burns and Usman? Yeah, I mean,
speaking about that.
No, but what I'm saying is, look at the facts of the past. No. You're trying to talk to me about facts of wrestling. Look at these brothers changing the goalposts as soon as you hit them with logic and facts. You know what I mean? We're not talking about gas tanks. We're not talking about rounds. We're not talking about how he's performed in those later rounds. But what happens when he wins rounds 2 and 3? What?
Yeah, he's got nothing else.
There's one take that I do. There's one take that I do want to get from you guys. There's one take on the same subject that I do want to get from you guys, just to move the conversation on a little bit. And we're still on Khamzat and DDP. We're not moving from it just yet, people. But we've got some other videos that we want to play to get you guys takes on it, on what other professionals and experts are saying about it.
Right, let's run 2 on this one. Are you going to run another one?
Yeah.
I was going to say, let's run the 2 ones from Sean Strickland because he sent a message to both of them.
Yeah, man.
So let's go with both of those and then we can rock and roll with that.
Yeah, man.
Let's get rid of that comment whilst we bring it up. Boom. Right. So, Strickland to Chimaev.
Sean Strickland had harsh words for Khamzat Chimaev this week, and Khamzat has since responded. Sean called Khamzat mentally weak. He said Chimaev is just a f***ing I was there when he retired from COVID. I was training with him. There's a video of me, and I was like, oh, you're so good, you're better than everybody. And I'm being sarcastic.
Khamzat, understand, you're better than everybody. So just don't hurt people.
You can pick high-level UFC fighters, but you go and f***ing starch this one-on-one guy. But there's guys like Edmund Shabazian, high-level UFC fighters, and you're picking the one-on-one fighter because you think he's the same height as your opponent. No, dude, you're picking him because you're a Khamzat has since fired back at Sean. He said, when I was there, he never said anything. When I left Las Vegas, when they stopped my travel visa, he started to talk. When I came back, I'm in Los Angeles. Come on, if it's something personal for you, just come. I'm here whenever he wants.
And now we got Strickland warning DDP.
Sean Strickland warns Dricus du Plessis about Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling and pressure. As you guys know, Sean briefly trained with Khamzat at Extreme Couture. Speaking to Red Corner MMA, Sean said Dricus has better stand-up than Chimaev, but Chimaev has pretty crazy grappling. I've been training with these daggy f***ing terrorists my entire life. I know how to get up from these guys and withstand a storm. I don't know if he has encountered that level of wrestling to where it might get him a little off guard. Dricus really has to be ready for an extreme amount of pressure on the ground. If he can withstand that, he's gonna beat him.
Yeah, man. Before we go to Sad, want to shout out Full Mount MMA. We run their videos on here. They do good work over there. Make sure you guys go and check out their videos. They put on daily videos on current events in combat sports, especially MMA and all the promotions that that's in and around MMA. So make sure you go check out Full Mount MMA. Now we've seen Sean Strickland there. He's boss DDP a little bit of warning because of what he's seen when he trained with Khamzat, right? But also, Strickland ain't really rating Khamzat like that, Sad. You know what I mean? Like, even Strickland is like, he could have picked better fighters to fight. And that goes to what Kraken was talking about earlier on in terms of you maybe he's been cherry picking his fight.
What do you mean? Maybe he has. Like, remember, Chimaev almost fought like who was it? Nate Diaz, bro.
Yeah, let's not get to it. Then I'll come to you. Sad. What are you saying? What are you saying on that video that we just seen about
Yeah,
Strickland?
listen. Firstly, somebody needs to take the mic away from Sean Strickland, bro. We don't need this guy. That's number one. That's number one. Somebody needs to take the mic away from this guy, because if you step in the ring with either fighter, you're getting clapped. So just relax. Let's calm down now. Yeah, and let's relax, because you're the one that always sits here when you want to sit here and give it mentally weak. Yeah. When you want to say, can you handle this? Can you handle that? You, Mr. Sean Strickland, are the one that was always telling us, it's going to be a war. I'm going to demolish him. I'm going to do this. He's going to get killed in that ring. And then all of a sudden, he's going out there, bro. Man's just throwing Hail Marys, bro. Just trying to hit something. Just throwing Hail Marys every single time. So I can't take what you say seriously. Yeah. And let me get to the comments that he said. He sat there and said, mentally weak. He said the whole COVID thing. Brother, the guy was dying. What did you want the guy to do? Did you want the guy to just say, yeah, you know what? I've got a heart condition. I can barely breathe. I'm about to pass out when I'm training. But hold on a minute. Instead of passing out, I'm going to control my body. And I'm going to say, let's not pass out. Let's continue to fight, even though my heart is fucked. And I'm about to pass out and completely collapse. Man are acting like it's a madness that he decided to go away from the fighting for a bit because he physically couldn't, because his health was mad and rasped off. I don't understand what this guy is chatting about. Like, this Sean Strickland guy is tapped in the head, clearly. And the whole Drickus Duplessis, bro, don't speak about people that you don't understand. Now, maybe I do agree with what he said about the whole thing, but brother, I don't know why this Sean Strickland guy, he pisses me off so badly, bro, because he always has something to say. He always has something to say, bro. Every
One of the reasons why we love him, man. You know what I mean? If you don't got nothing to say, we ain't talking about it, dog. You get me?
Yeah, but bro, sometimes it just like, brother, why you got to throw smoke at people when they can beat you, bro? If you step,
but like, listen though,
they're beating.
But listen, he's trained with Chimaev. He's trained with Chimaev. He's fought Drickus, so he has like a point, like a soapbox to stand on.
Vantage point.
Yeah, he has a vantage point, so he's seen all of that. And let's not forget, like, let's not shy away from the fact that, like Melissa said, Drickus is also an elite level grappler. You know, like elite level grappler. Like Drickus has. Have you guys been blind to Drickus's promos, bro? Like Drickus has been posting him like training for like what, 2 hours, 3 hours. Then he has a whole team of his try to take him down, right? He's taken, like Yao said, he's taken on at Submission Kings, he's taken on a whole Gracie team. Like, that's the thing, bro. Like, y'all like shy away. Yes, I know you guys are biased. I know you're right for Chimaev, but like I'm a Drickus stan, bro. Like, you know how many bodies Drickus has had to, like, literally, you know how many prospects Drickus has killed, bro, because CIT just keeps throwing bodies at Drickus and Drickus keeps smoking them. Yeah, y'all guys don't know what happens in CIT. I know, bro. I know. So trust me when I say this.
I also want to just chuck in like the literal fact that you just said that Khamzat has a heart problem. Yet you think his gas tank's making it out of the third round. And I'm not a stand for DDP. And I'm also a Khamzat fan. Wait. So I've picked Khamzat in every single fight he has ever fucking been in. Except this one. Like, I'm a fan of both guys. I'm not coming at this from an angle of I'm a DDP diehard. But logically to me, this is the way that it goes.
I didn't speak Khamzat. I even lost money to McDane on Khamzat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you know he got lucky with that one.
He took Usman, and I know I got lucky on that one, but I still took your money. You know what I mean?
But hey, I'm just confirming it. Like, you have backed Khamzat up until this one. But TK, I mean, you heard what all the other guys have had to say, but like, what's your take on Strickland and his vantage point on what Chimaev is going to be bringing to the table?
I mean, I can say a few things about that. I mean, taking the word of someone like Sean Strickland is like taking the word of someone like Colby Covington or TJ Dillashaw. You know what I'm saying? Just useless people overall. You know what I'm saying? And second of all, there has been many cases where teammates trained with each other, knows his disadvantages. I can give you a beautiful example: John Jones and Rashad Evans. And what did John Jones do? He absolutely destroyed Rashad Evans. You know what I'm saying? Colby Covington was also a teammate of John Jones. He was a teammate of Kamaru Usman. What happened? He got absolutely packed as well, and he broke his jaw. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, someone like Sean Strickland, who is, in my opinion, not a good fighter in the first place, is in nowhere near the place and has, in my opinion, no right to talk, because who are you, bro, compared to Khamzat? You know what I'm saying? Yes, you trained with him, but at the end of the day, you are never in the same stratosphere as someone like Khamzat. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like I said, taking his word is like taking Colby Covington's word, and that's like literally one of the most useless people that's ever graced the UFC. So for me, that's my whole opinion about Sean Strickland.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, the comment we just seen here with Kaiser Chiefs as well. How are you feeling if Drake goes ahead and puts money on DDP, blood?
Bro, Drake has broken
that means that he's gonna lose.
What do you mean? No. Drake has beaten the.
No. Hold up, no. Listen, now I think the one
thing he's been betting against Ricos, but he might just think, you know what?
And
this guy keep making me lose my money. Maybe I'll bet on him this time. You might never think about
the
that.
Mental side of the game. The fact is, fighting is 50% skill, 50% mental. We've only talked about the physical side, and we know, like Strickland said, and that's really what he was talking about, was Khamzat's mental weakness. Why? If we take the time that he was training with Darren Till, and they got all close, and we all kind of called him gay, it affected him mentally. We could see it. If we look at how he reacts to things and how Drickus takes everything in stride, makes fun of his own self, that's where DDP is really going to beat Khamzat. So the physical side of, he's never faced anyone like Khamzat, sure, whatever. But once DDP gets into your head, the fight's over. That's what he did to Izzy. That's how he destroyed Izzy in the head. That's how he absolutely finished Strickland. Whether you respect him or not, that's how he finished Strickland. He gets into your head, and it's easy to get into Khamzat's head. Khamzat, the fact that he's clapping back at, as you said, TK, useless Sean Strickland, the fact that he let that get to him, for me, that shows that he doesn't necessarily have the mental fortitude to take on an absolute savage on the mic like Drickus. So for me, I mean,
to be fair, he always talks.
That's where we're going to see. Yeah, but that's the point. That's where we're going to see Drickus tear Khamzat apart even before the fight. Because by the time we get to the fight, it's already won mentally by Drickus.
Miss Mary in the house.
Me,
we got Miss Mary.
Khamzat can take Drickus on the mic. Then maybe we have a fight. But I don't think he can. So for me, Drickus all the way, simply because of his skills on the mic.
Yeah, I think you would be surprised if you know how actually locked in Khamzat can be when he does the ring walk. You know what I'm saying? When he you know what he screams, Ola. You know what he screams out. You know what I'm saying, before he walks out, and you know how locked in he gets when he gets into the fight. Yes, he does the whole trash talking thing, and we've seen a lot of trash talkers be amazing fighters as well, like Conor McGregor, for example. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, him talking and him clapping back has nothing to do with his mental, in my opinion. And he's still going to be locked in when the lights turn on. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I always thought about Khamzat. He talks, but he always walks the walk. He also walks the walk. So that's how I feel.
In terms of you saying he also walked the walk, and this is something that Dean Thomas was really, really pissed off with. Back then, run that clip.
Brendan.
Dean Thomas recently stirred up some controversy with his comments about Khamzat Chimaev. He said that if Khamzat beats Dricus du Plessis and becomes the middleweight champion, it would be a disaster for the UFC. Dean doubled down on that take on Daniel Cormier's YouTube channel, standing by his belief that Khamzat would end up holding up the division if he becomes champ.
I am not going to walk this back. In fact, I'm going to double down and just clarify it, because I think everybody missed the point of what I was trying to make. I was saying that if Khamzat Chimaev becomes champion, it's going to be a disaster because he is going to hold the division up. He doesn't fight enough. This is a man who averages like one fight a year, and he's not even a champion yet. The UFC didn't do fights in the US. There's been fights in Abu Dhabi. There's been fights in other countries in which he could have fought, but he still chose to only fight once a year. And when you only fight once a year, if you're the champion, imagine how infrequent he's going to fight. You know who gets held up by that? Guys like Imavov, guys like Kyle Bahayo, guys like Rainer de Ritter. All those guys have to suffer and take stupid fights or interim championships because the champion doesn't fight. That's what I'm saying. If he's going to be champion, all I want him to do is to fight more.
And on top of what Dean Thomas has just said there, just before we go to Kraken, I also want to say that Khamzat has also came out and said that if he wins, he's poo-pooed the retirement rumours, or if he loses, he's poo-pooed the retirement rumours, and said that he would like to move to light heavyweight and he would fight Ankalaev or Pereira too. So what do you think it means for the division? Kraken.
Yeah. Bro, we all know this, man. Like, Chimaev is just a glorified, I wouldn't say ass kisser, but like definitely like he has Dana White privilege, first of all, and obviously he has Saudi money privilege. You know, he has Saudi money privilege, and the mere fact that yes, he's a star, but like he hasn't carried his weight. The UFC has pumped him up to be this juggernaut. You know, he's made sure they've pumped him up to be this juggernaut, but like yes, he delivers. But like, bro, look at the way he behaved in the Gilbert Burns fight. You know, he blew out his tank, right? And his coach had to reprimand him. And everybody knew, bro. Everybody knew that like that fight could have went to Gilbert Burns. You know, so it just shows that Chimaev, if he's battle tested, he crumbles. And that was the moment, right? That was the moment where Chimaev was like, okay, dog, like I'm gonna take a few fights a year, right? Because he saw that like not because he wasn't having it personally, he wasn't having it because Gilbert Burns took him to the cleaners, right? Because Gilbert Burns took him to the cleaners, he was like, no, he saw that like this. Then he started making those excuses. Yes, I have lung problems, I have heart problems. There's a war in Palestine. He made all of those. He made all of those excuses, right? And that's the one thing, bro. Like personally, Chimaev's gonna be bad for the. I love what Dricus has fought. A who's who, you know. He's fought everybody that they've put in his way. Don't tell me about like Adesanya, okay? Don't tell me about Sean Strickland. People who were kept on ducking people. Definitely, bro. Like Chimaev's gonna be bad for the division. Let him just leave the sport, you know. Let him just leave the sport. Like let him go like fight wars or something, like represent Palestine. Big shout out to Palestine. I don't have anything against them, but like that's the one thing, bro. Like Chimaev is bad for the division. Like the mere fact that he doesn't fight, bro. The mere fact that he doesn't fight, man, fuck this guy, bro. DDP by second round submission. Let's go.
Oh my god, this guy woke up and chose violence, man. TK. You said you were the one that actually sparked that video up when you said Chimaev talks the talks and walks the walk. But we just heard what Dean Thomas said there. Like, activity-wise, has been very, very questionable when it comes to Chimaev. Now, imagine him as a champion of the 185 division. And the 185 division, it's been in turmoil recently. It's only just picking back up. Now, if we go and get a champion that only fights once a year, if that, then what does that do to the division, bro? But you said he talks the talk and walk the walk, and this brother be calling everybody out. He rarely fights them, though. Talk to me, TK.
I mean, I have two things to say about that. First of all, when Khamzat started off his UFC career, you know how many times he fought in a short amount of time as well. And after the whole COVID situation, he got it pretty bad because he literally couldn't breathe. You know what I'm saying? So it's obvious that he took his time to come back in his full strength. And he had like two fights after that it was long in between as well. I do agree with that. That is a long time. But at the end of the day, if his health is not there, then I understand why he did that in the first place. And second of all, bro, I forgot my second point, bro.
Go on.
No, my second point is then Wait, no, bro.
I'll
My bad.
come to
I have a
Sad.
brain
I'll come to
fart,
Sad
guys.
while
I
you
have a
gather
brain
your
fart.
thoughts.
My bad.
Yeah, I'll come to Sad while you gather your thoughts. Sad, the inactivity of Chimaev is something that people are raising their eyebrows on, bro. You know what I mean? And even you can't deny that it could be more active. What do you say? Do you think that changes? Because from what we've heard Chimaev say, he has a new motivation. I just want to make money. And I can only make money by fighting. How do you see that improves his activity in the division if he becomes a champ? That's for you. Is he doing a yow? Are you on me?
Yo, can you see me and hear me?
We can now.
We can now.
Can you see me as well? Yeah, I'm not lagging. Yeah.
You're not cracking. No.
Yeah, listen, I'll be real, man. I'll be real. When it comes to the whole thing, listen, now I understand that people are talking about, oh, look at his availability, look at his eagerness to fight. There's no eagerness to fight, this and that. But the fact that he's saying he wants to win this title, win this championship, and when he wins the championship and is the champion of the middleweight division, then he wants to go up to light heavyweight. It shows that he wants to fight more. He wants to have them 2 titles. Then he can be able to, do you know what I mean? He can be able to.
What do you mean fight more? He hasn't been fighting more.
No, but he will fight once he has the titles, bro.
Come on, no. You don't get to make excuses for him.
Do you realize that when he first came in, this guy was fighting left, right, and center, bro? Do you realize that
before he fought Gilbert Burns? Before he fought Gilbert Burns.
He had 2 fights in 10 days or something crazy like that in 2 different divisions.
If you want me,
that's past him because he was
fight in a week. I will fight.
He was a cam crusher though. He wasn't. They were giving him chance, bro.
No. But here we go. You want to say he's a cam crusher, this and that, bro?
They were giving him.
You don't like to mention that this man was out here just saying, "Listen, my services are here. If you want me to fight, let me know at least a couple of days. Yeah, let me get situated. Let me get just a little training session in. Then I'll go in and I'll fight."
Where's that same guy? This is the same guy who fought Kamaru Usman, a welterweight moving up to heavy.
This is unfortunately not everybody is gonna be of the likes of the likes of what's his name, flyweight.
No. You got better champions to talk about, man. Come on, you've been dissing them. You can use them. You've been dissing them, but you can use them. Okay. Go on.
He's not the likes of what? As Adesanya? Come on, come on.
5 titles defenses. Come on. Yeah, Usman. You've been dissing them. You can use them. You can use them for good examples.
I'm saying when you're young, yeah, you're gonna have the ability to do that stuff. Do you know what I mean? But then once you get bigger in a thing, yeah, not everybody is gonna be a Joshua Van, bro, who even though he's on his way to a title fight and he's got the title fight, he's gonna be fighting every single time. Oh yeah, I'll take a fight on. Especially with this guy, he's had some health conditions, bro. We don't know what they've told him. Maybe they've told him you can really only fight a year, maybe twice in a year.
Let the record show that Chimaev Strickis' age. Let the record show that Chimaev Strickis' age, okay? Let the record show.
Okay, so hold on a minute. Let me, because how many times has DDP fought? How many times has
DDP has been fighting, bro? Like I'm always in PTA. Strickis has fought at least twice a year. At least twice a year.
Let me have a look at this, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Check your facts, bro. There's nothing Khamzat brings that Strickis is not ready for. We keep saying that he hasn't faced.
I already told you guys what he brings. I already told you guys what he brings. You lot can not say anything to counteract the whole wrestling thing. So
what?
Look at that's all you can say.
We're not talking about his skill set now. We're talking about his activity, though. You know what I mean?
You lot went from the actual skill set that I told you nobody can mess with his wrestling to bro, this guy's not good for the sport, man. Like, if he wins,
is
bro,
not.
it's gonna ruin the
is
middleweight
not.
division,
Where
bro.
did we go from that to that, bro? We played a clip and we're talking about the information that
We didn't go. We didn't go with
Yeah,
that.
but
That
bro,
was nobody's.
Then
That was
Thomas was
nobody's
talking
opinion.
about it, and he
Sad,
doubled down on it.
Sad, bring it down a level, bro. Take the emotion out of it and let's start thinking about this.
Don't start blaming us now, Sad.
Sad's over. Sad, see that packet of tissues behind you, bro. Go and get a bit. Come back over, wipe them up, and let's keep going, bro.
Hey, before I come to Yao, TK, you got your second point that escaped you earlier on.
Yeah, bro. Excuse me, guys. It's been a long day. I need a Red Bull, bro. You know what I'm saying? I forgot
big
my
up,
point.
big up.
Hey,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kraken's got you. On
Yeah,
the
bro. I need one as well, bro. But yeah, what I was trying to say is obviously he started off very fast and then he slowed down as the time went on. But also, let's not forget, a lot of people dodged Khamzat as well. You know what I'm saying? People did not
100%.
want to fight Khamzat. They when they got the option, they rejected it. So that's why he also couldn't be very active, because a lot of fighters ended up rejecting him because they did not want to smoke. They did not want to be a victim of the next up-and-coming superstar. You know what I'm saying? So let's not forget, just like Islam Makhachev back in the day, a lot of people rejected Khamzat as well.
That's
And
like
you know
Usman,
what?
yeah.
And you know what happened when Islam got the belt? Did the division turn into a boring division when Islam got the belt? No, it went even better in my opinion, and I believe Khamzat will do the same because he's a
Nate
firework
Diaz
fighter
didn't
as well.
duck Chimaev. Nate Diaz didn't duck Chimaev, bro. Nate Diaz was willing to slug it out. Nate, the fucking real dog Diaz was ready to slug it out. So don't tell me that people have been ducking Chimaev. Kevin Holland, the guy who fights all the damn time, was willing to take the fights. They were willing to take the fights, right?
Kevin Holland is a journeyman. Need money, bro.
Yeah, what you got? What Dean Thomas say? What Dean Thomas said there, and you know how bad this could be for the division, bro. Like on the real, we need the active champion. DDP have been very, very active on the way to the title, and whilst being a champion, wherever it is, Australia, Vegas, Chicago, give me. He's asking for Africa. They God bless him with that. You know what I mean? Because he's going everywhere, right? But will Chimaev go everywhere like that? Because DDP turns up wherever the smoke is, and he goes there and gets the job done. Talk to me, yeah.
So I say yes, bad, but technically also good. If you look at the fact that he can fight in Dubai, in the Middle East, where the big money fights go, he can probably make them a lot of money there. So maybe they could hedge his inactivity by putting up these super massive fight cards out in Dubai using Sheikh's money. But outside of that, I don't see how he could be good for the division because he can't travel everywhere, or he doesn't travel everywhere for whatever reasons. He's not that mobile. That immobility would cause inactivity as it has in the past. So how will he winning the title change that? Unfortunately, I don't see how it changes that. So from that perspective, I agree with Dean Thomas, because at the end of the day, we have to look at it structurally at who exactly Khamzat is as an individual, not just as a fighter. And as an individual, he is not that reliable where it comes to going all over the world. I don't see him going to randomly fight in China. I just don't see Khamzat there. But if you call Drickus to go and fight in China, that man is going to be there. He will be there, no questions asked. So other than putting on massive fights in Dubai, I don't see how Khamzat can be good for the division. But over and above that, I don't think he has that much pull with the UFC either. I think they'll do to him what they did to Aljo. If you're not active enough, bro, listen, we're taking that title interim. Let's go. If you can't fight anytime soon, 9 months, bye. So maybe bad, but I don't think Dana's going to let it get bad. I think they'll pull an interim and then, strip him of the title if they have to, if he's not active. So from that perspective, let him try and get this one. He's not going to win anyways. But if it just so happens by some stroke of luck that DDP trips on his way to the octagon and breaks his finger and then he wins, sure, then he gets the title. Other than that, I just don't think the UFC would allow it to be bad.
Okay.
This is the disrespect that is just insane.
No, what?
What do you mean disrespect? We're talking about the champion here,
bro.
The South African
champion. Where's the disrespect, South? Where's the disrespect?
Bro. You're disrespecting the champion.
Let's keep this moving, boys. Let's keep this moving, right? So wait. So we've discussed if Khamzat wins, what does that look like for the division? But Uncle Kale has got something to say if DDP wins. So let's check.
Let's hear it.
Chael Sonnen believes if Dricus du Plessis defeats Khamzat Chimaev, he will be in the top 3 of the pound-for-pound rankings.
And if Dricus can go out and look good and get the win over Chimaev, I just think that ranking, he all of a sudden is going to be flirting with Islam space and Ilya space. He's going to be flirting with the top 3. And I think that's the only way that we know how to compliment him in our industry. We give him a belt, we give him a main event, and then we give him a little bit more. And that top 3 placing pound for pound is very within reach right now for Dricus.
Being on that pound for pound list can only do wonders for a champion like Dricus. And TK, I also know how you feel about DDP, because I know it's not all hate. You understand the type of champion that DDP is. If he wins, like Chael Sonnen was just saying there, just speaking logically about just looking in isolation, if DDP wins, what does a victory like that do for him, and how does he surpass him to some of the other 185ers that have been champions in the past?
I mean, it will definitely cement him as the champion of the division, because at this moment in time, people just do not know who they want to back. Do they back Khamzat? Do they back DDP? You know what I'm saying? Because with those 2 fighters, it can go either way. But if you manage to beat someone like Khamzat, and for example, do it convincingly, then yes, I do agree with the fact that he does belong in the top 3 pound for pound list at this moment in time. You know what I'm saying? Because I like I said at the beginning of the stream, for me, DDP is a champion, but for me, it's not a champion that I think like, okay, this is 100% a really good champion. I still do have my doubts about DDP, but winning this fight will definitely silence me and silence other doubters as well. And we'll put him up there at the end of the day. So yeah, like I said, Khamzat is an amazing fighter, and if you manage to beat someone like Khamzat, you do deserve to be on that list, in my opinion. So yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, Yao, for me, I mean, TK was just saying that maybe he's not really still having his doubts on DDP, but I've been knowing about DDP. I've sat with him. People in and around his gym. You've seen his people there work with him, cracking. You know what I mean? You guys are over there at CIT, and we know what CIT, how good a head coaching coach, Monvisa, that they got over there, right? But I'm going to take this to a different way in terms of what Charles was saying there. What if DDP loses this title, right? What does that do for Khamzat in terms of superstardom? Because he's on the cusp of it. Everybody that really, really fuck with Khamzat, they love this guy. We know how cross with what does that do for Khamzat if he was to take this title away from DDP?
It would start with the how he takes it away from DDP. If it's convincing, knockout, submission,
like the Robert Whittaker,
like the Robert Whittaker, something the first round, maybe something the first 2 rounds. Wow, honestly, that's a very interesting question, because it makes him probably their most bankable star right now, outside of what Alex Pereira was until he lost to Ankalaev. There would be no one else. Ironically, I'm a big Khamzat fan, huge Khamzat fan. It's just that he's coming up against DDP,
Yeah.
So even for me, I'd be like, oh my God. So look, that is instant superstardom. I think, like I said, he goes on to the next Dubai card. Whoever he fights becomes the biggest fight of the year, because he is then going to be the biggest star that the UFC will have at that point. So if he wins it, yeah, he doesn't just, he's not going to go top 3 pound for pound. I'm sure he's going to be probably top 5, top 7, somewhere there. But it literally makes him probably the UFC's biggest superstar. And I know that Making the Walk, shout out Jax, we once asked the question, does the UFC have a star problem? It does. And Khamzat will then be the biggest star in the UFC if he can do it convincingly. But if it goes to decision like a Sean Strickland type of fight, then everyone's going to be calling for a rematch, or like, oh, Khamzat's not that good, and we'll have those Usman knee issues. And but first 2 rounds, biggest superstar in MMA in the world.
I respect that answer there from you, Yao. I mean, Sad, when Khamzat turned up, fight everybody, kill everybody. That's what we're hearing from this brother. You know what I mean? That's what we're hearing from this brother. Fight everybody, kill everybody. So far, so far, what is done is kind of done that because he's still undefeated, right? DDP beating Khamzat takes it's almost taking his fans away from him if he's able to pull it off, right? And when you look at the way DDP has been operating, it makes grown fighters cry, bro. Like, go look at the build up to his last 3 fights. Them man there went out and cried. I don't know how he does it.
I don't think this changes anything if he beats Khamzat. Changes nothing in a pound for pound. Yeah, it changes nothing in a pound for pound.
It opens extra doors for him, bro.
Nah, but bro, is what DDP has done in the middleweight better than what Marab has done?
Sad, you're just a hater, bro.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not even hating.
Yeah, that's the biggest hater,
bro.
The biggest hater.
You don't understand what Marab has done, bro. Come on, man. Let's not even do this, bro, because Marab,
we haven't just started talking about Marab past Aldo.
3rd place.
Yes.
Marab is cemented 3rd place. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but
are you telling me if Dricus beats the boogeyman in the UFC, it does nothing for him? The guy you say everybody's been ducking. That's what you're telling me right now, right? That like bro, very contradictory, bro. Because I'm like, you know what, bro? Like, I think this puts Dricus in top 2. I would personally say, you know, because like this.
To be fair, I said that, so
bro, like it's closely tied to like Islam, bro. Like remember, Islam Makhachev, bro, has fought what? He's fought what? Hanato Moicano. Like Dricus has fought everybody, bro.
Bro, he beat Volk twice, man. Who was pound for pound #1 at the time, bro. Like, come on, dog.
Real?
Don't do that. Now. Don't do that.
Let's pose the question.
But that's a featherweight.
Let's pose the question.
He didn't want to go featherweight.
Wait,
he didn't have to go featherweight, bro.
Wait. Sad.
Yes, sir.
For DDP to have had a record that you would recognize as good, decent, great, who should he have fought on his way to getting the title, and who should he have defended against? For you to sit there and actually give.
That's what he's gonna say. That's what he's gonna say. That's what he's gonna say.
Come on, bro. Be
he should have bought John
Would you?
Seriously,
Would you? Fuck you, Kraken. Love, bro. Like seriously though, who should he have fought? For you to give the man his flowers, who should he have fought?
I mean, listen, the Sean
got him. No.
Who has this guy for?
Bro,
this guy
for everyone.
Who has your guy for?
Yao made. Hold up,
Sean
people. Hold up. No. It's sad. Come on, bro. You've not given me a single name. Yao made a very good point earlier in the group chat. When we look at people right now and we describe them as GOATs or pound for pounds or whatever we're looking at, we're talking about eras, bro. So whether you're talking about who you think was brilliant in the back, like many, many moons ago, whenever you were watching, whoever it was, you can't compare them to the people that are in the division today, and you can only base what somebody can become off the people they can face today. So give me the names, bro. Who should he have fought that would have solidified his fucking career for you? You've got nobody, son. Pull up Tapology.
He's beat 3 champions. He's beat 3 former champions as well. That's a big. Like, bro, he's not just beating people. He's not just beating regular people. He's beating champions, bro. Like, do you know how big that is?
So
in that specific division,
if DDP beat Gilbert Burns, if DDP beat Usman, would you give him his flowers?
But here's the thing.
Got it.
There's no names. No names.
I understand
There's no
what
names, brother.
DDP done. I understand. I fully understand, and I agree with you guys. He's a good fighter.
Oh, so you're back in DDP now?
No. He is a good fighter. I understand that he's a good fighter, but
Bro, don't fall for the trap, son.
No, but I
Hey,
think that
pipe
Marab
down, bro.
has done-
This is your first time
Marab
on the
has
show.
done way more
You
to
gotta
the
play
derby,
nice.
that's all.
You gotta play nice.
Marab has just done way more, bro. In my personal opinion, bro.
What you about Marab, bro? What like?
Yeah,
but
but
I just think it's cemented for that third place.
Fair enough.
I think Marab is cemented for that third place. Now, I don't do this whole stuff about second place and all
So,
that.
but you're going back to pound
For
for
me-
pound and ignoring
for
what
me-
the question was.
For me, no matter what crossover says, this is my top three for pound, is Islam, Ilya, and then Marab. Yeah. I know crossover is somewhere just like screaming at a wall right now, but it's Islam, Ilya, and then Marab, bro. Now
I mean,
he definitely
I,
has.
I,
to
I
go
would
mad-
I would argue throwing out Ilya and putting DDP there. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. That's what I've been saying.
If you look at how
That's
Ilias
what I've
picked
been
his
saying.
fights, I could agree with that.
What
I
I've
could
seen
agree.
this
what
son
I've
of a
been saying.
bitch do, all due respect, what I've seen this son of a bitch do, bro.
But to be fair to Ilya as well, he's steady knocking out former champions too. He just did it to fucking do, bro.
Yeah.
Put fucking
And that's the
Holloway
thing,
away.
remember.
Put
Remember,
Volk
like,
away. Like he's
Dr-
steady knocking
Dricus-
champions out as well.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Dricus does this, bro.
All the mountain,
Dricus beats these guys where they've cemented their place, right?
Listen
Like,
to
come on.
Melissa, bro. Listen to Melissa.
Dricus
Come to this side,
outstruck.
Sam. Come to this side, bro. We'll look after you, dude. You know what I mean? It's all love.
Yeah,
It's all
man.
family, bro. You know what I mean?
Hey man, shout out Melissa, bro. Shout out Melissa. Like, remember, Dricus outstruck Izzy, right? Like he outstruck Strickland, right? He outboxed the Reaper, right? Like he's done that, bro. He's been beating these guys where they are usually good at. Like I think Darren Till was a what? He was a wrestler or something, right?
Nah, Downtown was a striker.
Yeah,
Was a striker.
Mainly boxing.
Okay. Yeah. So like you get to see all these things, right? And like Dricus has made it a point where he defeats these guys who have been the best at that specific, I would say, art, right? He's made sure that he gets like the specialists, and he's made sure that he took them out, right? Like let's for argument's sake, bro. Like let's say yes, Max Holloway just had knocked out Justin Gaethje, right? And he beat him in his own division, and he came up, and everybody like didn't think that Max Holloway was gonna do it, right? But Ilya came in, but like, come on, bro. Max Holloway is like of the age of what? Dustin Poirier. He's on his way out. So let's take that away, right? Yes, he beat Volkanovski.
What?
Right? I'll give him that. Yes,
There's no
yes,
way
Ilya
you're
beat
doing
Volkanovski.
this. There's no way you're doing
Yeah,
it.
no. Definitely, bro. We're taking that away, right? But like, let's say, like the middleweight, like Dricus du Plessis saved the middleweight division. Now we have like Reina Dorita coming up.
Nah.
He didn't save the middleweight
That's
division.
not true, bro.
He didn't save the middleweight
I can
division.
tell you for a fact that Khamzat has way more fans than DDP has. I can guarantee.
No,
you.
I'm not. Obviously, he's got that Saudi money backing him.
100%. No, not even the Saudi money,
100%.
bro. Not even just the Saudi money. I mean, you
Saudi
need to think of
money is
like
insane.
you need to think of the Muslim community around the world. Even when he comes to the UK, brother, he is fucking huge. Like people love him here. Like wherever he goes, people fucking love him. Like he has got a massive fan base.
But also the meme. He even has his own theme song, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're like it's one of them, bro. So yeah.
Got a massive fan base. That's
There's no way. Nah, but hold on, guys. Why? This is what I don't like. I don't like the fact that we've just gone over the fact that he just said that Ilya Topuria fought Max Holloway when Max Holloway was on his way out. No, he wasn't, bro. He
What do you
fought
mean?
Max Holloway
How
when
long has
people
Max
were
Holloway been?
people were sitting there saying Max Holloway has never been dropped. Can this guy drop him for the first time in his career? Never been dropped before. Never
This
even
is,
touched Cam.
bro. I'm not even saying that.
wait,
This is Max Holloway that just
Whoa,
engaged in dirty, bro.
I just want to say he did get dropped. They just never counted it as a drop, and even Max said it was a drop. Who was it he fought again? Shit, I can't remember. He was like, "There, brother, dropped me on my ass," and he got back up so quick, but it never counted on the scorecards as a drop. Who the fuck was it again? It was a couple years ago. I can't remember, but he did get dropped, but not KO'd. Not KO'd though. Not KO'd. I'll give you that. But then you also need to take into consideration he went to lightweight and back down to featherweight, so weight cuts, yada yada. But it's still Max. Still Max. I'm not arguing like he was still.
Bro, I can't have that, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but Ilia Topuria deserves what he's done.
Max is still legit right now in my eyes.
You're in denial. Oh, sad, you're in denial, brother.
I'm not in denial,
you're
bro.
In denial.
I'm not.
You're in denial.
I'm still waiting
to South Africa.
The one in Egypt.
So let me bring this question to you, Kraken, before we get out of here. And shout out to all of you that's been, that's been watching
Get
with
out
us.
of here, brother. We still got clips to go, bro.
Yeah, I know. But I'm also looking at the time. If the man them got time, then yeah, we can run a few more of them clips. But shout out to everybody that's been rolling with us. Now, Kraken, I want to ask you this, right? Because Stad and TK might not know this, but I know this. So I'm asking you this. We know what's been going on at CIT, blood.
Yeah.
In a row. Y'all knows where I'm going with this. We knows what's been going on at CIT, dog. Dricos is the last one, dog. He's the last one.
He's the only one.
Bro, this is what
he's
I'm trying to say.
One.
I'm talking about all the fighters at CIT.
He's deadly at this point.
He's the last one standing.
Martin van Staden. So actually, their fighters recently happened.
All right, yeah. All right, yeah. That one they just happened. All right. Well, I'm not gonna take that win away, but there's been a hell of else.
Mr. I don't change my picks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to change it.
Yeah.
Hey, I see what you're trying to do there, y'all. That don't change my question to Kraken, right? I know what's going on at CIT. You know what's going on at CIT. This one here has a lot of stakes on it.
Yeah.
Do you think things go how it's been going on at CIT? Or do you think Dricos holds steadfast and changes the course of what's been going on at CIT? Because you know what's been going on at CIT, brother.
No. Listen, bro. Like I said, bro. Everybody, I will say it like just like Brendan says, right? CIT is built around DDP, right? They throw bodies to the wall for DDP. That's the thing. Your sole purpose at CIT is to train Dricus, get concussions, get shocked by Mornay Fissa, right? That is your sole reason, brother. That is your sole reason. And this is why we currently have a world champion and Chimaev is still jerking off. This is the sole reason, right?
Sad shake his head.
Bro, like, trust me, bro. This is the sole reason. This is the sole reason that we have a champion. Because, right, like, even if you see, like, Coach Mornay doesn't even go to Mark Hume, right? He doesn't go to Mark fights. He doesn't coach Cameron Simon. Cameron Simon goes to UFC alone, right? And he corners himself. He gives himself water, right? Like, this is the same thing I'm
Coach
saying.
Mornay don't have time for his fighters in the gym no more. Is that what
he has? Time for Dricus. He has time for Dricus because Dricus brings in on the money, bro. Like, Dricus is earning like top executive money in South Africa, bro. Dricus gets 50 million rand per fight in the UFC, and you're telling me you're gonna focus on what? Who's a bum who blocked me? Come on, bro.
Look, in Kraken's defense, from when I've been there,
save him a little bit, man, because
I can't save him.
And I know where Kraken's coming from. And before I come to Sad and TK on this, I know you got more inside info. And you know where I was going with the question earlier on before you came in with the last champ that just went through the last AFC card. But listen, we know what's been going on at CIT, and Evil McHugh on the Ultimate Fighter. You know what I mean? Took that L.
He just lost at Octagon last weekend.
Yeah, he didn't give a good account of himself. So it's been happening at CIT, and I wonder if that morale is something that's going to rub off on somebody like a DDP. But as Kraken said, I don't know what you know. Maybe you see it differently.
Not quite. The times that I've been there, the coaches are focused on DDP, or Monet's not there. I'm not sure what he's doing. So the Cameron Simons, etc., are getting instructions from the number 2, not Monet himself. So unfortunately, it does look like Kraken's 100% right on that one. But then again, there's nothing wrong with supporting a fight like DDP, because if you have someone bringing in that amount a year to the gym who's a part owner, it means the gym will last. You can then train up these fighters. They can go out, they can make some money. Yeah, some losses here and there, but you know, I'm happy we have a world champion. That's all I'm gonna say.
They're rich, bitch.
That's it.
We're rich.
He's got his own drink, his own. I mean, he shouldn't be drinking Red Bull. He should be drinking Knox. So I mean, it is what it is.
And that shit tastes like dirt, bro. Knox tastes like soap. I ain't drinking that. That shit gonna color my stomach. I'm gonna be shitting blue for the next week, bro. I ain't having that. Melissa plugged me on the Red Bull.
Hey, hey, Crack is good for that Red Bull bag, but you know what I mean? Like, fuck the Knox bag, you know what I mean? I want the Red Bull.
Man.
It's hard. The reason why I asked those Yao and Kraken is basically what's been going on at Dricos's gym, and Kraken has a good foundation for his argument. But then again, they're all near enough all the fighters in the gym. They've all been taking L's, bro. And it's just Dricos that was left up until a fight last week happened where one of his teammates just won. But it looked like it was just Dricos that was left. And that's why I was asking them, man, what's going to happen when the last man standing in the gym loses? How does that affect them? Or do you think it's going to bring that lost morale into this fight against Khamzat? Because I saw something earlier on, and you, man, were making a laugh about it. Shout out Mr. Dovey, yeah, on Twitter. Back then, you remember that one, right? Twitter behavior therapist. You know what I mean? He saw one picture and he's like, boy, this shit kind of look off. He said, boy, DDP kind of look off here. So, do you think it could be? It could be bringing some of that. I don't know. Loss rubbing up on him into this fight, brother. Or are you just hoping for it?
I'm gonna quote a wise man. A wise man once said, "All eras must come to an end."
Oh,
Domino, motherfucker. We here, mate. Yeah. Listen, all eras must come to an end. That great man, that wise man, is Mr. Eric Ten Hag. Yeah.
So are you saying right now that this is
now
Dricos's era?
Now listen.
CK, these guys are disgrace.
Domino's.
Bro, you're setting us up for failure here, Sad. You know what I'm saying? You need to bring it back in. Bring it back in. Bro.
I had that joke.
What did Ten Hag do for United again?
I had to let it run.
There you go. You know what I mean? You know that was always gonna come.
Ten Hag is a bum. But in all reality,
I called him a wise man.
He's a bum. He's dumb as fuck. But anyway, listen, I'll be completely real with you guys. I do think DDP is gonna be the last man standing. I do think that he will continue to even if he loses to Khamzat, which I think will happen. Even if that happens, I don't think it's gonna affect him that badly, because I still think he is a very, very good fighter. and will continue to go on another run and possibly have another go at Khamzat. Even if Khamzat wins, I think he might get one more. He might have a fight and then go back for Khamzat again for a second fight. But for me, I think obviously they are gonna. It only makes sense that they're putting all their eggs in the DDP basket, because he is the one with the most potential. He's the one, well, not potential. He's the one who's done the most. He's the one who's able to carry that torch for them. Do you know what I mean? But they do have to focus on that young talent. They have to focus on the talent that's upcoming, because you want to be able to keep the gym going. Do you know what I mean? So you want to make sure you have at least 2-3 fighters in the UFC at one time, and them trying to go for the title in their respective weight classes. So yeah, listen, I understand why they're putting all their trust and putting all their I understand why they're putting all their resources towards DDP, because at the moment he's the breadwinner. Do you know what I mean? He's the one who's bringing
the biggest thing
back to the gym. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, you do still have to focus on the young talent that's coming in, because you could have another DDP in amongst that group that's coming in to train every day and learning from DDP and all that stuff. And
that's what it looked like Cameron Simon was gonna be at one point. That's what it looked like it was gonna be.
So
then
you have to continue to do it, bro. Do you know what I mean? You have to continue to try and find that talent and try and grow that out of them to become you in the UFC and try and get another title with somebody else. So do you know what I mean? It's not just about DDP and let's just do it until he retires, right? I mean, you have to be thinking about the future. So I could see both sides. Do you know what I mean, of what they need to do.
Just a quick one. What Brendan's put in the chats. He said CIT is drawing most of the top guys in the country just before the bodies, just to be bodies for DDP. Now that is one thing that's happening. We're seeing all the top fighters right now in SA gravitating one way or the other to CIT, whether they're training there full time or whether they're going in there from time to time to train with these guys to be one of the bodies and learn from DDP. So I think it will have its spin-off, but at the end of the day, you do need to focus on your biggest star. But they are trying to nurture the younger talent. They are letting guys come in to train with him, in and around Coach Mone, to get that well-roundedness. It's just that DDP is a very specific, different animal, but they are trying. They are trying. Give them that much.
Yeah, man. Big up Brendan. Salute to Brendan, man. Lions only, brother. Shout out to House of Tinkerbell over there in South Africa, man. Salute to those guys over there. Madin, do we got couple more videos to share with the people?
Yeah, bro. So should we just transition now away from this and we'll go into a cool down period and we'll go into some other topics before I know.
You're going mad.
Yeah, was like, I'll come in and speak on the DDP segment and then I'm gonna bounce. And it's like an hour.
I got Pikachu, bro. Yeah, I got Pikachu, bro.
Pikachu. Midnight.
Yeah, I got Pikachu power, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's run a couple more videos.
So let's have what do you want? Do you want the new broadcast?
Yeah, why not? Let's see what the people think of it.
Let's mix it up.
The UFC has announced a new broadcast deal with Paramount, making it the exclusive home for all UFC events in the US starting in 2026. The 7-year agreement is worth over $1.1 billion annually, with an overall value of $7.7 billion over that period, and it will replace the promotion's current partnership with ESPN, which began in 2019 and reportedly paid the UFC around $500 million per year. The deal with Paramount includes 43 UFC events annually, 13 numbered events, and 30 fight nights. Under the new agreement, fans will no longer need to buy pay-per-views for $79.99 each, as events will be included with the Paramount Plus subscription. Select numbered UFC events will also broadcast live on CBS as well, which is Paramount's flagship network. Currently, Paramount Plus costs between $7.99 and $12.99 per month depending on the plan, though the company has not revealed if pricing will change when the UFC coverage begins. Dana White posted this message to his socials. He said this historic deal with Paramount and CBS is incredible for UFC fans and our athletes. For the first time ever, fans in the US will have access to all UFC content without the pay-per-view model, making it more affordable and accessible to view the greatest fights on a massive platform. This deal puts the UFC amongst the biggest sports in the world. The exposure provided by Paramount and CBS networks under this new structure is a huge win for our athletes and anyone who watches and loves this sport. The TKO COO Mark Shapiro released a statement. He said the pay-per-view model is a thing of the past. What's on pay-per-view anymore? Boxing? Movies on DirecTV? It's an outdated, antiquated model. So it was Paramount for us. Forgive the pun, where it's one-stop shopping, especially for our younger fans in the flyover states. When they find out, wait, if I just sign up for Paramount Plus for $12.99 a month, I'm going to automatically get UFC's numbered fights and the rest of the portfolio. That's the message we want to amplify. Recently,
it's a two-part video. Let's hit the second one. And then
I don't forgive the pun. It was beautiful. Glorious pun.
Dana White gave some more details on the UFC's new deal with Paramount. Here's what Dana had to say regarding the UFC White House card and the potential returns of Conor McGregor and Jon Jones.
What can you tell us about how much the UFC will be on CBS, linear TV, with the country watching?
Yeah, it's looking like we're going to do 4 big events a year. And, you know, we're talking about doing a fight at the White House next year on the 4th of July, the 250th anniversary of America. So imagine a massive fight on the lawn of the White House on CBS.
Now, with that in mind, with this deal made, you bring it up, and that was going to be one of my follow-ups here. Does this deal potentially bring back some names like a Jon Jones, a Conor McGregor? Now that the deal is coming through, what do you think in terms of some of those fights as a matchmaker yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, my goal is to we basically go every Saturday. So when you're asking about you know, seasons and off time, there is no off time for the UFC. We go every Saturday. So I'm always looking to put on the biggest and best events and, you know, for the card from the bottom all the way to the top. So yeah, we're going to do some amazing things over the next several years with Paramount, CBS, and I'm always looking to bring in the best talent and put on the greatest fights.
Okay, yo. Look, there's this new deal that's just coming, as we just heard. You know, UFC signing $7 billion deal with Paramount and CBS, which was also one of their flagship channels. So, what do you think to that deal? And do you think it helps the majority of fans or the fans in their region in terms of like North America and stuff like that? Who does this really benefit?
Look, I think it's a great thing that the Americans will finally be joining us across the pond, because we don't really have a pay-per-view model. It hasn't ever been something that we've had to live with. We have it on our networks and we watch it. So for us, it's like, oh, okay. But the fact that they're going to have more money, I mean, it's a couple of $1 billion versus the $500 million that they had before. For me, I'm hoping that allows them to do more, to go to more places. Fighter pay has always been an issue. Let's hope this can help fix fighter pay. I'm hoping that the great things that Dana is talking about will come through. But then again, we had the Meta deal being signed earlier this year, and we've seen diddly squat. Let's hope that they then bring all the stuff that they've been doing with Meta over the past year into this new CBS deal. Because for me, if they can put those two things together, they're going to have an absolutely stunning product. So I think the opportunity is there for them to really do something phenomenal, giving it and bringing it to the people whilst being in the position to make gang money. And also, if we're talking about the White House card, that takes it to the people once again. The White House card on CBS, not per pay-per-view, that then makes MMA mainstream. And we know that this is something that Dana White's been fighting for a long time, to make MMA mainstream. So moving away from the pay-per-view model in the US allows them to become mainstream in the US. The rest of us across the world will probably still be using links, you know, the Russian links. There's still going to be those people. But in the US, it becomes mainstream. It joins pop culture in a big scale, which then elevates the sport, which then elevates the fighters, which then, you know, makes Dricus an even bigger superstar than he already is. So I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with this Paramount deal. But for me, I'm really hoping that they can then solidify it with that Meta deal that they signed, because we need to see the data coming to the people. We need to see something, because what are they doing? What are they doing?
Yeah, man. Magdane, I'm interested to get your take on this whole deal, because initially when I saw it, and we was talking about it in the chat as well, like we were literally making fun of the Americans, like, hey, that sounds like a you problem, I mean, we don't be having these problems. I don't know what you're talking about. And I wish Olin and Jax were here to break it down a bit more. Shout out to those guys. Check out MMA Normally making the work. Salute to those boys. And Crossover MMA, S-Dogs MMA. Go check out those guys, man. But I want to get your take on what this does for the fighters, because some people have even said maybe this could be bad for the fighters. I heard JSP was talking about something like that. So so some people are saying it's good for them, some people are saying it's bad. I mean, where do you stand in all of this, especially how it pertains to the White House card as well?
Well, to start with, like the UFC are always saying that they wanted a $1 billion a year deal.
Right.
And for 7 years, 7.7 billion, they've just got a little bit over that. I mean, 1.1 billion a year. You can't turn down that kind of money. Everyone expected them to go to Netflix or to go to Amazon. I mean, especially the Netflix side with WWE and TKO and everything leaning that way. I think it's a bigger market for them if they went to Netflix or Amazon rather than going with Paramount. I never seen Paramount coming out of the side at all. I mean, and it was also going to be interesting whether they were going to split up regular viewing and pay-per-view viewing. And obviously Dana's now since come out and said, look, it's not the end of pay-per-view. There's still going to be a pay-per-view, which is clearly indicating it's going to be the White House. Even if it's only one a year, it's going to be the White House next year is what the pay-per-view buy will be. He does state we're going to do 4 big cards a year. What does he mean 4 big? What, does it be 4 numbered cards a year? Because there's normally a lot more than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
On average, they're doing what, 30 odd cards a year every year, and they're having 20 summit fight nights and 10 to 15 pay-per-views from whatever.
Because I did hear they were trying to expand the Apex as well, so they could put some
5 to 10K fans in there. So
bigger fights in there.
From a broadcasting deal, the money that they received is absolutely fantastic. What's that going to do for pay structure? What does it look like for the fighters? Who knows? He has kind of talked about increasing bonuses.
Right.
I would like to see them change the bonus structure, and then if you're like you indicated,
this could go to 75 to 100 G's.
Yeah, well, whatever it's going to look like. Yeah, I mean,
all right.
Also, Aussie Fight Fan also said, "What about does this affect the UFC's contracted matching rights if they no longer offer pay-per-view points?" Because sure, fighters like John Jones have pay-per-view points in their contracts. Could be UFC be in breach of contract for fighters like John Jones and Conor and other fighters too. I feel like that's a real interesting sticky point that's going to come up with some contract negotiations for each one of them that affects. You know what I mean? Because Izzy had pay-per-view points.
Yeah,
maybe that's one of the reasons that John Jones and Conor haven't been very active, because they've been trying to limit that until this deal is done, because this whole pay-per-view points thing.
I don't know, because Jones was offered the 30 million to fight Tom, and that's what he bargained for. And then when they said yeah, he was like, "Oh shit, they called my bluff," and kind of ducked and weaved. You know what I mean? So. But it's subjective, I suppose. Each fighter on their individual basis. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go with it. Do fight purses get bigger? Are they going to be starting on more than 12 and 12? Because also, if you take inflation in the way, people have been on 12 and 12 contracts for the start of the career for a long time. Are they going to reconsider that? Maybe move it to 15 and 15? And like I say, would there be a different structure for bonuses? But overall, I think it's a solid move, especially from a business point of view for the company. It does get them to a wider audience that they wouldn't have had before with Paramount and CBS. One other question that I had coming from it, what does that now look like for us, people in the UK or in Europe? Because in the UK, you get a TNT subscription. You get fights all year round for free, but they withheld 5 pay-per-views a year, which you had to pay £20 or whatever on the night. Well, not on the night, but you could pre-order it. But you know what I mean? You had to pay £20 5 times a year for whatever pay-per-view it was that arrived. So it'll be interesting to see how this deal affects the deals that they do internationally, not just nationally.
TK.
Yes.
Let me come to you, TK. Yeah, shout out to my boy Olin. Yeah, man, you coming out the house. We're about to deep out, man. But I know you got something on this topic, so I'm going to go to TK first, real quick. I mean, were you surprised when this news came out in terms of the signing that they had with WWE? you know, and they're part of the TKO, you know, group. And on top of that, I mean, WWE's gone straight to Netflix. Netflix is such a big platform as well. I mean, and again, do you think this is bad for the fighters in terms of how much they'll be able to get paid? Maybe they you know, negotiating, and Dana has gone on to say, yeah, there will be pay-per-view, even though you're supposed to be going fully on subscription model. But Dana has gone on to say, hey, we will still charge for pay-per-view. And people are calling him greedy, and you know what I mean? Like, how you gonna say we're going on subscription model, but all of a sudden you want to start talking to us about pay-per-view as well? Like, he's trying to talk on both sides of his mouth there and keep the door open to try and get some pay in that way. What do you think to that?
I mean, it almost sounds like he just wants to pay the big names, and the smaller fighters can. He'll see what he's gonna pay them. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna bring a pay-per-view once in the blue moon, only the big names will get it at the end of the day. So, like the John Joneses of the world, like the Conor McGregors, or maybe the Islam Makhachevs in the future, or Ilya Topuria. You know what I'm saying? I do not see, for example, a fight night paying the big money like a pay-per-view would do for the big names. You know what I'm saying? So I think this will mostly affect the smaller names, the smaller fighters, the up-and-coming fighters. But for the big names, I don't think it will affect them at all. But from a fan perspective, I think it's a great thing when it comes to a fan perspective. But I think it's not as good for the smaller fighters as much as the only ones suffering from this are the smaller names, is basically what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? The big names will not suffer. Fans, in fact, will go forward, because in the Netherlands we already have a subscription-based way that we watch UFC. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We watch other stuff as well, like Paramount.
So you don't think this will affect it? You think it will still stay how you guys watch it over there in the Netherlands?
Yeah, from what I heard, because I researched.
That's what I'm thinking as well. That it's not going to change for the UK. I think we're still going to watch it on TNT. I don't know how it's going to go, but I think we're still going to watch on TNT.
From what I
have
read,
any other options here in SA.
Those are separate contracts. The TNT contract isn't up for another 1.5 years, I believe. And for Netherlands, I think you guys are still good for another year, if I remember correctly, from what I read.
Yeah, from what I read, the Paramount does want to come this way. So they do want to spread basically what is at the end of the day. But we still have it on Discovery Plus. I would love it if they signed a deal with Netflix so I can watch everything on one platform. You know what I'm saying? Now we need to get different platforms still. But for me, it doesn't change anything. For me, only the name will change from Discovery Plus to Paramount Plus. And for you guys, I think for England, TNT, like the brothers just said, in 1.5 years, you will watch on Paramount Plus as well, and probably us as well. But I think that's just a good thing, because I don't know if Paramount Plus have fun shows, but I do know that they just made a deal.
They do.
I recommend checking out The Challenge as soon as you get a subscription. Okay. That's probably the best reality TV show of all time. And if you're an MMA fan, you'll be in after episode 1.
I definitely will, because Discovery is not so fun. So I'm hoping that Paramount brings a lot better shows. And also one more thing.
Whoa, what's with the Discovery hate, brother? Yeah, I
mean, not a lot of choices, you know what I'm saying? But what I do know from Paramount is they have been doing good business, because they also purchased South Park as well for 5+ years as well. So I'm not surprised that Paramount got the UFC deal, because they're also getting other names, other big names as well. And I think this will just help them grow the UFC brand to the casual market, so to say. And that's my whole spiel.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Olin, man. Big up Olin. Olin's just pulled through. He's been busy all day, but I know it talks millions and billions all day long. You know what this $7 billion deal, what it took to take it. Talk to the people, man. Let the people know.
I mean, the reason I missed the first hour and change of the show is because I'm working on a $1.5 million pitch deck for my job. So I literally speak in numbers way too damn much, man. So as soon as I saw this deal,
this is your language, bro.
Yeah, they were speaking my language. And shout out to the man above me to the left. That South Park deal was pretty lucrative too. $1.4 billion there. Like,
yeah,
Trey and Matt Stone are rolling in it, and they're essentially uncancelable now. So like they can literally do whatever the fuck they want or get paid out for doing nothing.
Exactly.
Either way, seems like a pretty darn good deal, boys.
Even Donald Trump ain't off the table.
That's what I'm saying. Like nobody's off the table. They literally got a clear passage to just snip any red tape in front of them at this point. And you love to see it as a fan, boys. And I think that's essentially what we got here. Like I agree with everything that you said. Sorry, I didn't catch your name, boss. But
my name is TK. Bro.
TK. Nice to meet you, TK. Olin, pleasure to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, Olin.
So I agree with everything you said, other than the fact that you said that this is going to be more lucrative for the large fighters. I think it's just as lucrative, if not better, for the small fighters. Because if you're in that top 10% of people already know me, I'm going to negotiate my pay. I'm going to negotiate my wages, just like anybody that's good at any job that they do, right? If you're getting hired or you're negotiating your way into your next position, you're going to ask for more money if you're a wise man and you've done this for a while. Now, these new kids, I mean, if I'm a nobody and I'm getting 8 to show, 8 to win, that's $16K, which is barely even a livable wage, especially if you account for nutritionists and fight camps and this, that, and the other, management teams and what have you. Now, the big differentiator is today, if I'm a nobody and I get $16K at best for winning, right? Most of that money is gone. And now nobody else knows my name because I fought at 3 p.m. on the early prelim on UFC Fight Pass or ESPN Plus. Most people aren't watching me. If I'm on CBS, anybody with a pair of bunny ear antennas can watch me for free. And if it's free, they're far more inclined to tune in at 3 p.m. than to just hold out for that main card vibe. I think this is going to foster a lot of just pure growth and true growth for the sport. And I think a lot of us were saying, it's either going to be a re-signing with ESPN or, a lot of us were crossing our fingers, right? Like TK and saying, hopefully it's Netflix so we can watch everything under one umbrella.
Yeah.
But if we've seen and learned anything from Big Five sports, right? Like there's a reason that if you want to watch every NFL game, you can't watch them on Fox. You got to watch them on Fox, on ESPN, on CBS, on ABC. As you grow bigger, you want to spread the pie because that's how you maximize your revenue. That's how you maximize your money and your profitability. They saw
sorry to interrupt. It's the same with the Premier League. Yeah, I mean they have
Premier League's the worst.
with TNT and Sky Sports. You know what I mean? They flip it around.
Amazon and
Peacock and Amazon. Like every week, you're like, hey, where am I watching the game?
Everywhere.
You're right. And I think like realistically, ESPN got the rights to a number of WWE events moving forward into 2026. That subscription is going to be $1,000 per person per year. That's close to what we were paying as fans to watch every UFC event, including numbered events on ESPN Plus. It was closer to $1,200. Now, to be a UFC fan in America, the cost will be $120, I believe, for the year to watch every single event. Right? That's just if you're paying Paramount Plus money and you don't have cable subscription. So we've now cut the cost to be a UFC fan by 1/10, and we've multiplied the cost of being a WWE fan by 10. So they've literally swapped. And I think what they're going to do is basically what we would call a test and learn in the corporate America world, where they're going to see which revenue fund performs better. They're going to renegotiate at the end of the 7-year deal for both entities. And they're not going to be under the same umbrella no matter what, but they'll probably start slowly splitting the pie more and more the way that WWE already has. And I think the only reason that Dana White said, oh, no, pay-per-views aren't dead. We could I could see us doing a once-off pay-per-view. He said that because of Donald Trump, boys. They still have a White House fight card. You think they're going to do that for free on CBS? Boy, that's wishful thinking, huh? No chance. That's going to be a $200 pay-per-view. And no asses will be in seats that paid money. It'll be a friends and family event for security purposes. So they need to make their revenue back on that. They're investing multiple millions of dollars in expanding and building a facility on the White House grounds. You don't do that unless you know you're going to get your money back in spades.
How just a quick question, because I don't know, I was away for a bit because I had to go and do something. I don't know if we discussed this, but how are the fighters supposed to make their money now? Because obviously the pay-per-view points is gone. The whole money from pay-per-views is gone. So and that was how the big fighters were making their big bucks. They're making their money. I think fighters even now are still making money from pay-per-view points that they got or collected for fights that they did, big fights, all that kind of stuff. So how would they make their money with this whole thing then? Are they gonna take a piece of the royalties that we or the revenue that UFC make off of that offer that fight, offer that subscription for that month. I don't know.
I mean, BKFC went and done something crazy when and gave shares. to
The
all
revenue
their
shares, yeah.
fighters.
So Dana actually was in an interview this week about this. I think it was I think it may have been yesterday after Dana White's Contender Series. I was watching it this morning either way, but he basically said that the deal isn't 100% done. What their revenue intake will be is done. That's a done deal that's already signed. They're still negotiating and further negotiating fighter pay. One of the things that they've been pushed on by both Paramount Plus and CBS Network is to have higher fight bonuses. So there is a chance that fight bonuses could be going from $50K to $100K or even $75K. That's a vast increase. We could also see restructuring of bonusings so that there's no longer a fight of the night. There's no longer a performance of the night, but every finish gets a bonus guarantee. I think that would drive excitement in the sport. I think it's something that a lot of us fans have been calling for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to think that to answer your question, Zad, I think the big change and kind of the big kind of balancing act or juggling act that the UFC and their new kind of hosts are playing right now is we are going to lose out on that share of pay-per-view points. A lot of our top tier fighters, like in that top 5%, are going to be very upset about that. Those same top 5% fighters are going to now get very lucrative deals and offers that we haven't seen for the last 15 years. I don't know if you remember Anthony Pettis gracing the cover of a Wheaties box. He's the only MMA fighter to ever do that. I think we could very, very soon start to see things like that happening again.
Yeah, you also need to remember that pay-per-view buys are not the thing that fueled the machine. Sponsorships and broadcasting deals is where most of the revenue for the company come from, as well as merchandise sales. Outside of that, pay-per-views are a drop in the ocean.
100%. I'm also a bit concerned though, because let's say for instance, like they start getting these big lucrative deals for all of these big champions and all this shit. Yeah. Let's say they start getting this. What happens if they start? I don't want it to become like boxing. That's the one thing I don't want it to become like. If it becomes like boxing, it's dead.
It would never would.
In what way do you mean exactly, Seth?
I don't think it's gonna
where they end up. I wouldn't mind them getting paid a little bit less if like for instance.
Oh, you mean the inflation scale, like a fighter getting 20 million to fight?
Yeah, but not even just that. But I don't want them to be like, yeah, I can fight for 1 year and I ain't got to fight for another year, or I can fight for 1 year and I can just chill for like a chill until next year and then fight. Because as much as we'll talk about the whole thing with Chimaev and we'll make all the jokes stuff, but I like to see fighters fight consistently, especially champions. I want to see them fight at least twice a year.
I think
I want to see. I don't want them with the amount of money, with the increase in money, can also come complacency and can come like, okay, you know what? Do I really need to fight 2 times a year? I'm making enough money. I've got the title. Until the UFC really asks me to fight, I don't have to fight.
I think Hunter Campbell is the type of negotiator that will literally slip things into a conversation very casually. Like, hey, you know what? We've got 10 million for you if you can fight on July 1st. And then if you hesitate to answer, he's like, or we can give you 3 to fight 2 months later.
I also think you need to go back to the foundations and the fundamentals of what this company was built on, and that was the whole basis of not being like boxing, and that the fighters fight the correct people that they should be. Nobody's holding up a division. Nobody's not fighting who they shouldn't be fighting, who they should be fighting. You know what I mean? Like the best will face the best. It's always going to be that way. It has been for 30 years, and that isn't going to change anytime soon because of a new broadcasting deal.
I just hope, man, because you know what they say, bro. Money comes in, money starts getting bigger, stuff starts changing. We've seen it all happen before, man. The stuff starts changing whenever money gets involved and money gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I just don't want to see that, bro. I prefer to have the fighters fighting consistently, fighting to the death, like their life depends on it, which it does, obviously. But
yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think if you know that you're fighting, again, I go back to the CBS bit, right? Like if you're fighting on ESPN Plus as the first opening prelim at 2:30 p.m. or 3 p.m., and you know maybe you've got like 100 friends and family watching you, versus I'm on CBS, a 12-year-old kid with a pair of fucking bunny ear antennas in his bedroom can put me on TV, and I can become this guy's favorite fighter today. I've now got a couple thousand people watching me, a couple 100,000 people watching me instead of a couple hundred. I'm going out there to take a man's head off. When before I was going out there to get a nice paycheck and secure my legacy. Now I'm trying to build a brand new legacy of someone who, not only do you know you're going to lose when you fight, but someone who you're going to regret signing the dotted line to fight.
Especially if they change the bonus structure too.
Yeah.
And take a man's head off, then
dude, literally the reason I saw that video, McDane, is because I feel like an asshole for not remembering who posted it, but a UFC fighter literally retweeted it. And the caption that he posted it with was, if they become 6 figures, I'm throwing spinning back wheel kicks every strike of the fight until it ends.
Kick him in the head.
Just fucking tornado out there.
I know all we are trying to get out of here, bro, but let's do one more clip.
No. Before we do one more clip, right? Actually, yeah. Let's run one more clip because I want to come to.
Wait. Hold on.
Nah, you're not gonna say crack and shut up.
Let's come on, man. Like, let's just give a shout out to Dana White for the literally curve that he did when they asked him about John Jones and Conor McGregor, bro. That was like the biggest curve I've ever seen. Because he was like, yo, bro, we're still.
He swerved it.
Yeah.
She's a killer.
Shout out to him for that. Bro, Baba and weaving and shit. Yeah, shout out to him. Yeah, you can run it.
UFC flyweight champion Alessandro Pantoja now seems more willing to fight Merab Dvalishvili. At UFC 317, he told Merab he didn't want to fight him. Speaking to Home of Fight, Pantoja said that fight makes sense right now. Why not? It's going to be amazing. But the problem is, why do I need to go to 135? I keep having challenges in my division. Why not Muhammad Makayev if he returns? He has good grappling. Tyra, he showed better boxing. When he fought Royval made him get in trouble. Now I see he have better boxing. He fixed a couple of things. Joshua have amazing boxing too. Amazing skill. Good takedown defense. I have very good challengers there. Of course, why not think about that fight? Roll the dice. Next fight, I have a fight to fight. Merab have a fight too. It's a good fight. Sandhagen's not an easy guy, bro. It's about Merab too. Merab needs to win his fight too. It's a good fight. It's going to be a banger, this fight. I'm excited to watch.
I think this is the piece of news that I am most excited for this week that has came out. Pantoja versus Merab would be insane. Like you said, why should I have to come up? Merab could probably cut and go down quite easily. Whatever weight class they go in.
I think about that though. That bit there, that was the bit that I was holding on to. Yo, you're the one that wants this fight, and then say why do I have to go up? Yeah. That's the reason you have to go up.
That'd be like Ilya asking Islam to come down to 145, bro.
I suppose.
You won this fight. Come get this work.
At the very least, I'd say I meet you halfway. I'll meet you at 130.
We'll do it catch weight.
Yeah, we'll do a catch weight for the LMF belt. You know what I'm saying?
You guys know how much I love Pantoja, but watching both of them in that little caption there, Merab's his walk around. His walk around is crazy.
Yeah. I think what we're all missing on that was the respect that was finally given to my boy.
I love it, the girls!
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know what Yao thinks in terms of Pantoja fighting Merab at 135. Cause I don't think Merab going down to 125 to fight nobody. Merab wants to go 145, not 125.
I look at the size difference. It's just like looking at DDP versus Khamzat. One fight is bigger. Yeah, I'm going back there, but. I don't know. I respect Pantoja a lot. I think he's great. But I think Saad said it earlier, Merab is still top 3, pound for pound. The work that he's put in, phenomenal. Who he's beating. Yes, we know exactly what he's going to do, but people can't stop him. And just the size difference with how he fights. I just don't see how Pantoja beats him. That's the thing. It's a great fight. Pantoja's amazing, but I just don't see how he'll get the edge over Merab. In the striking, Merab will probably subdue him, take him down, showboat a little bit, take a few strikes, but does he have the power to knock him out? No, not likely. So I just don't see how he does it, but I definitely want to watch that fight though.
I mean, sad. Like Merab's one of your top guys, but I also know you respect Pantoja. I mean, is this fight even good? Because on one side he's talking about Merab, on the other side he's talking about Mohamed Mokaev, which is a name that I think, you know what? Free Mokaev, man. This brother has served his time, man. Alhamdulillah. This brother he served his time. You know what I mean? UFC, they did what they did. They say, all right, you know what I mean? We don't want to fuck with you no more. Hey, go fight a couple fights on the regional scene. He's done his time. And Pantoja, you know, dropping his name is probably a good thing for Mokaev as well, you know. But at the same time, you want to put Merab's name in your mouth, like, and then say, why do I have to go to 135? Like, come on, dog.
Listen, I definitely think he's going to need to go up. I'll be real. Merab ain't going down. Merab ain't cutting weight. He's ready to dip and go up. Exactly how you said. He's ready to go up, bro. He's not ready to go down. So he definitely does need to. I think the Mokaev situation, because I had to look it up. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, being a newer fan, do you know what I mean? I wasn't aware of the whole situation, the whole domestic
I hear you.
going on. Do you know what I mean? So I had to look it up. But listen, it was understandable why they got rid of him in their eyes, because it's like you're kind of like disrespecting the company and going against the rules and that. But still, I think if you have a fighter that is that good, that is able to possibly fight for a championship, to be able to be a champion, you got to do what's best for the company. And sometimes, like, yes, he may be shopping around for a bigger deal, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that he's going to take it. I can go for an interview, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to go and take that job if I'm offered it, because I might still say, you know what, this company's bigger, or this company's better, I'm getting more exposure at this company. So listen, for me, I think the Mokaev one is interesting. It definitely is, because that's somebody who could fight, possibly could get beaten by. We don't know. Obviously, Pantoja is. Listen, Pantoja, I don't know who's gonna beat this guy. I don't know who's gonna beat this guy, bro. Do you know what I mean? So at this point, we only have one fight that there is to make, and it is the Merab fight, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. And I need him to go up. I need him to make 135. I need him to go and fight with the Merab. And let's
So
just get.
you're sitting here telling me that you see a way that Pantoja beats Merab in your eyes. If Pantoja goes up, you see.
I don't know. I don't think he can beat him, but I think it'll be a competitive fight. But I just think
you know what I think.
Too...
Before I come to Kraken, look, I think we see a Shevchenko versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk type fight. That's what we're going to see. And I know your knowledge don't go back that
going
far.
To fight Pantoja.
I know. I've seen that fight before. Was that when she had when her head like got freaking?
No, that's with Zhang Weili. That's with Zhang Weili.
That was Zhang Weili when she had that nasty hematoma, looked like Worf from Star Trek.
Wait, when Joanna for Shevchenko,
she got that shit on her face like Worf.
This happened at 125. This happened at 125.
Mega Mind.
Joanna went up to face Shevchenko. It wasn't a good day. Like the size difference was obvious. The power was obvious. Yeah. TK, you remember this fight? Like it was obvious. That's what's gonna happen, man. Like it's just the easy day's work.
Yeah.
For Merab, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys got some chiming to that one.
Just when you mentioned about Mokaev, obviously, I'm not going to play the clip because I know you're probably starving over. Yeah, I mean, we're about 45 minutes past your dinner time, son. But the reason Mokaev got cut was because of his fighting style. They wanted excitement. They wanted finishes. They wanted striking more so than outside of what he was doing in the cage. So I think there is a path for Makayev to come back. Obviously, he's been doing karate combat. He's been at Brave and wherever else he's been going and what he's been doing. But I still think he needs to show that he's got the hunger for the kill rather than just going out there and doing what he needs to do to win the fight. He said himself he focused too much on the belt and just being undefeated and going for the belt and going for the belt. He was fighting all the time. He got tired and he stopped having the hunger to get the finishes, and he just fought the fight he had to win it, to get towards that title. But I believe he would be a solid matchup against Pantoja, but I still think Pantoja takes it.
Yeah, man. Kraken, TK, you guys got anything on that?
Yeah, I would say, like, let's just take a look at what, like, you can't see me,
bro. You are frozen with your Pikachu's.
That was
like,
perfect. Who
like,
done that?
bro, no.
Like,
shit. That is crazy, bro. But like, yeah, I'm gonna just say this, bro. Like, let's take notice of the size difference, you know. And
DDP better not freeze like this in front of Khamzat or fucking weekend.
Hey, man, put some respect on DDP, bro. Like I said, second round submission. But like, yeah, man, the size difference is crazy between Pantoja and Merab. So I think the only way this fight happens is if Pantoja goes up, and obviously if he does that, like, how long is that gonna be? You know, how long is that gonna be where he gets to hold up the division? You know, so, but like, yes, he's beat everyone, so it's kind of justified.
Are you saying Pantoja's holding up a division?
No, I'm just saying if he goes up, to fight.
A wild take. If you
that's a bit of a stretch there, bud.
Everybody in the division.
I would use the term cleaning out the division.
Yeah.
I mean,
so he's around these guys. So I would say, like, it would be crazy to see him go up, because like I think that's the one fight that Cross also is looking forward to. So I would say if that happens, man, it's gonna be like a really good one, because it's like for like, what is does that entail that Pantoja's gonna vacate the title? Because obviously he's ran over everyone, so it's like this basically this. Yes, there is Joshua Van and all of the guys, but like, what happens after that? You know, like, does he leave the whole division to go chase for glory in another division? So yeah, I don't know, man. Like, but like, it would be something.
Can I say one thing though?
Yeah.
With all due respect, yeah, fuck all this Conor McGregor shit. Fuck all this John Jones shit, bro. If you want to make that fucking White House, if you want to make the White House card the best card ever, bro, you put Pantoja versus Merab and you put Islam versus Ilya on that main card, bro. I promise you, people.
That'll bang still,
bro. People will pay $100,000, bro. I'm telling you, there's some cracked out people that'll pay $100,000 just to watch.
That'll bang. I ain't gonna lie,
bro. Down.
Could you imagine they put 4 international fighters to headline the White House card to celebrate America? Doesn't seem like that's the move they'll take, but I'm with you. I think those would be great fights. But
hey, that's America through and through, brother.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
brother.
Who built that place 250 years ago? Hey, Americans.
Hey, Olin, that's why you call the American dream for them foreigners that came there, bro. That's the American dream, brother. Come on, yo.
America.
For the sake of
fuck yeah,
America.
What do you think, TK?
No, I'll just keep it short and sweet for the sake of your dinner. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say this: it would be better for Pantoja to fight Makayev at the end of the day if he wants to continue his career in MMA. If he wants to have an early retirement, he should fight Merab. You know what I'm saying? I'll just keep it at that, because fighting Merab at his current state and also the way he looks compared to him, if you go up, you will still get destroyed. And even if Merab goes down, he will still destroy him. I feel like Merab is just that clear right now of most fighters, and even someone like Pantoja, who has been very dominant in his division. Even then, Merab is way better, in my opinion.
100%. I agree with you, Olin. I mean, the one thing Pantoja must be waiting, I mean, for him to say that, he's looking for some kind of edge. That if at least if Merab comes down here, that weight cut is going to drain some of that cardio. You know what I mean? Maybe you have a rough weight cut coming into the fight, and that's an edge for Pantoja at least to try and level up the playing field, if you like. What do you think to that?
Honestly, I think he can do anything in the world to try and level up the playing field. The dude can go do TRT and all the steroids in the world, but I agree with TK on this one. Like, Merab in his current state, like, he's like perfect cell, bro. Like, Vegeta waited too long for this dude to absorb the last fucking android kid. He's done. Exactly. He shouldn't have done that. If he wanted this, he should have tried 5 years ago, brother.
I mean, he told him he didn't want to fight him. He's like, boy, I don't want to fight you. He's like, you didn't know what Merab was on. When you say you didn't want to fight him.
And if I'm Merab, I'm not taking that fight either, because, like, best case scenario, I go out there and do exactly what TK said, exactly what you said, exactly what McDane said, and I go out there and dog walk the opposition. Worst case scenario, it's competitive. I still win, but it's competitive. And then I look weaker. I made him look better because he came up and challenged a bigger guy. Fuck that, dude. If I'm Merab, I'm saying I'd rather go up and challenge Volk, because Volk is going to help me build my legacy. It's a better fight. It's a fight that has, you know, winnability for both contestants. And yeah, I think Pantoja, like, realistically, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Stay at 125, clean out the division. And I mean, 2-3 more wins, and he's already overtaken DJ as the greatest flyweight, possibly, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you've got to look at the names, you've got to look at the resume, and you've got to look at the way in which he's getting it done. Yep. Every time he goes out there, when we're like, oh, he can't look any better than he did last time, he makes us eat our words and put our fucking feet in our mouth, bro. Like, it's wild how much better he continues to get. The issue is there's just no gap in which he can close to compete with Merab, in my opinion. The crazy thing is, we've all talked about size. It's a 1-inch height difference and the same exact reach for both guys, Pantoja and Merab. But if you look at these guys, like, look, I know Sterling jokes and says he's 6'3" or what the fuck ever. Me and that guy are the same height, but I guarantee you we're built very differently, right? Like, I'm not saying, you know, this would be a Pantoja versus fucking Merab situation, but guys can have the same height and reach or a 1-inch difference on either and have completely different builds.
Wait. You're 5'3" too?
Stupid ass.
Bro, your Tinder profile says 6 foot.
Nah, 5'9.5", baby. 5'10" on my best day.
Oh, man. Seriously, though, I mean, I just look at that fight, and there's, for me, Pantoja just needs to stay where he is, deal with the likes of Joshua Vance. You know, you're going to beat a Joshua Vance, a young stud that's just coming up in the division. You're going to beat somebody like him impressively, get him out of there in the first, second round. You do that, all right, it's all right. We'll bring Mokaev back for you. And then he dog walk him and schools him.
Cement it.
And takes his O. All of a sudden, you start looking at Pantoja differently. Like, oh, okay, like,
he's the guy.
He's the guy at flyweight. And this is the division that they said was dead and they were going to kill. And if he's got something good out of it, to be the god of flyweight, I think that, you know, that's a better legacy thing to chase rather than looking.
I'm not gonna lie, I was quite surprised that this season's Ultimate Fighter had a flyweight contenders there. I was like, bro, I honestly thought they're still trying to kill this division. And all of a sudden, like, oh, here we go. Let's get some Ultimate Fighters in there and let's go with a flyweight.
Somehow there's life back in it. There's life back in it.
If you watch the two flyweight fights on that main card for 317 for International Fight Week, and you're a businessman, and the thought even exists for a second in your mind, yeah, we should cut this division. You need to get the fuck out of the business. Mm-hmm. Respectfully.
So
like, how do you watch those two fights and think, we don't need this? Yeah, this is just, no, crazy. Not for me.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
100%. All right, people. Salute to everybody that's been locked in with us. Big up over 100 of you watching us live on all platforms. Thank you so much for kicking it with us. We're giving you 2 hours, man. God damn. Salute to my guest, my panelist, Yao. Big up to you. The Rambling Dad. Salute to the work you've done. TK, Kraken, Sad. Olin came through in the end. I told you. You always say you're busy, but in the end, you just pull up anyways.
Can't not show up.
Away, bro.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, brother. Big up. Salute. Up onto the next video. Hasta la vista. We got watch along going on this weekend as well, man. Make sure you come locked in, man, because it's going to be fucking carnage. Little Terry crossover, he's got his internet back, man. So, Kraken, you said you go pull up. We're going to see you there. Salute to everybody.
Let's go, baby.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Don't forget
Big
about
up,
the
love.
prediction show on Friday.
And that, yeah, man, for real. Prediction show on Friday, we're going to be there. Hasta la vista. We're out. Love.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe. Not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.